G'day, mate, and welcome to Capital Industry with me, JD, and welcome to Update 2. Update 2 that has added so many new features to the game. The first one being, well, a full map editor. Yep, this is on a custom map, actually made by a member of the community. This is made by Resistance is Feudal, and its name is the Abandoned Harbour. And this is available on, well, another new feature that these wonderful devs have added for Update number 2, being their own special website for both blueprints and also maps and mods. So it's their own community hub, hence it's called the Capital Industry Community Hub. Today's stream, we're going to be looking through, well, some of the new updates. There's a lot of new updates to cover, and I'm going to take you through not all of them because there's far too many for me to cover during one stream, but at least a handful of them. Some of the ones I've found especially interesting, some of the ones we can get to relatively early in the game, because we're still relatively early in the game. We're only about a fifth of the way, a third of the way, no, probably a fifth of the way through the tech tree. So yes, welcome to a brand new island, a brand new user-made island, and let me give you a quick tour. So down here in this corner, we have our wonderful iron guys. The diggy boys are hard at digging, removing the terrain bit by bit, which is going to be handy because we're going to need the extra space to build sooner or later. We also have the copper guys doing the exact same, clearing out the copper slowly. We have the coal guys that seem to have hit a dead patch with not a lot of coal, but a whole lot of stone, which could be problematic. We'll cover back to them, I'm sure. We also have the limestone guy over here, just a single diggy boy. He's probably got far too many trucks. We might need to cut him back a little bit. And he is working on, well, limestone. We have a power plant situated over here because this is where groundwater is, and it seemed like a good spot to put it at the time. We also have our little fledgling little copper smelter, also our iron smelter. Our production line will come back to. We have the wonderful housing for the wonderful people. As you can see, they haven't been upgraded from the construction container, well, the shipping containers. The shipping containers are the first thing they move into something a little bit more resembling of an actual house. Meanwhile, we're living over here in the wonderful captain's office. It's a little bit run down, it's a little bit wooden shack, but it's where I like to look out upon the wonderful sea and upon, well, Mr. HMS Shippy. We also have over here, we have our lovely brick maker, concrete slab maker, which is currently idle because we're fully backlogged on concrete slabs. We have our poor little sad diesel maker right over here. It's very, very important to keep all the trucks full of diesel to keep the island moving. We have our farms over here in the corner, and that's where we are really situated. Oh, no, we have one last thing here, which is the vehicle yard. Very important for making new diggy boys and new trucky boys. So with a quick tour out of the way, let's talk about today's stream. Today's stream, I want to jump through the tech tree. I want to do a whole bunch of tech in today's stream. Probably also want to build some more vehicles. And how many did you have? 4. You can have 2. All right. What we want to do is we're about here in the tech tree. We're about to unlock construction parts number 3. And like I said, we're about a fifth of the way through the tree. Yeah, there's a whole lot more to do. What I want to do is I want to concentrate on really getting to sort of like the halfway point of the tree, and we're going to be taking some select technologies. First off, we're going to grab advanced diesel because it's very, very important we keep diesel up to our trucks. We're also going to grab ship weapons and ship armor because, well, the ship always looks better. Actually, no, I'm going to need gas combustion first. Then we're going to get ship weapons and ship armor because HMS Mr. Shippy could definitely do with some guns. We're also going to obviously grab the next tier of construction parts, and then of course we're going to want bigger trucky boys and bigger diggy boys. It's very important that we can remove the terrain as fast as we need to. We're going to grab recycling just so I can cut back on my costs a little bit. You know, it doesn't hurt to recycle an odd item or two. Then we're going to grab copper refinement number 2 because that's going to be important in the not too distant future. We're going to grab fertilizer, and then we're going to actually go all the way up to power generation tier 3 before jumping our way through naphtha processing, reforming and cracking, yes, glass making, and then finally the hydrogen cell. Yeah, we can now run all the vehicles on hydrogen. That's sort of the plan for today's stream, which means we have an awful lot to cover and not a lot of time to do it in. So what we want to do is we're going to leave the research running in the background, and we're going to talk about well, the next steps. The next steps is I have a quest up here still to finish off Advanced Diesel. But before I do that, I want to do a quick upgrade here. We currently have the Tier 1 storage, and what I'd like to do is I'd like to use the upgrade button, and we're just going to slide it over all of these. And we're going to upgrade them all from a unit storage number 1 to a unit storage number 2, hit the upgrade button, and let the trucks get on with that. Currently, they're very busy, and I don't imagine that's going to change anytime soon because I don't let them have free time. They don't get free time. They get free diesel. You don't get free time. We're also going to upgrade our inputs and our iron storage right here. The other thing I want to do is I want to go out to the world map, and I want to repair a damaged cargo ship I found and also repair an oil rig so I can take my damaged cargo ship after it's repaired, take it to the oil rig, grab some oil, and therefore we can make more diesel. Very, very important. So we're going to start loading the cargo ship, which is preloaded because I have a whole bunch of stuff in here ready to go. And we need a couple more construction parts. Yeah, loaded onto Mr. Shippy. You've still got the iron on you? You do have the iron on you. All right, we're going to send Mr. Shippy off, obviously, to go fix up the cargo ship. Goodbye, Mr. HMS Shippy. You take, well, you can bring back the other stuff when you're done, but you go repair that little ship for us, and that way we have more ships. All right. New things I want to talk about whilst we wait for Mr. Shippy to get back is probably over here. Now, this is a setting when you set up the game because the devs are added as an optional setting. This is for a ore sorting plant. So currently this is set up to do both my iron ore processing right here and also my copper ore processing here. Normally trucks, well, these trucks are just full of nothing but iron, which is very, very handy because I've ticked on this box that says don't bring in just single items. You have a little bit of copper with a little bit of stone. And what you're going to do is you're going to dump this into this plant and then it's going to process. And look, the devs have, again, wonderful attention to detail. The graphics are awesome. And then after this is processed through, well, it comes out one of the slots at the front. Now, at the moment, I have this filtering out, well, iron ore, rock, dirt, and copper ore. And they're going to come into these, bins at the end. The iron ore is full, the copper is almost full, the dirt is very empty, and it does have an internal buffer that I could store a whole bunch of rock in. And the other thing I can do is I can choose which port I want things to come out. So I can have both copper and iron on one port if I wanted to. Stone and iron on one port if I wanted to. I obviously don't. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep that as its own port. But I do think having a bit of extra storage for both iron and copper is not a bad idea. I'm running the game in planning mode, i.e. when I put down something or I copy and paste something, it's not automatically built. So I need to come back and unpause things, and that way they actually get sent to be built by the trucks. It's very, very intentional. It's the way I like to play, and I like the fact that I can put things down and then decide am I happy with them before I move along. We're going to run a belt from output of this building into here, which we're going to designate for rock. I'm going to preset this up to say, I just need you to stay a little bit empty, so there's more room in there for more rock, and I'm going to unpause that. I do like the fact that I can go through, I can make sure I'm happy with everything, I can set everything the way I want before I let the trucks loose to come along and build things. Okay, Mr. Shippy has repaired that cargo ship. I need you to come home so we can finish loading up construction parts. Otherwise, I'm going to spend them all. And we need to talk about my next ore sorter. My next ore sorter is over here because I obviously have one dedicated for just coal. And, well, same story. Everything gets dumped into this little hopper at the back. And then it comes through, gets sorted into, well, coal. I have 2 whole buckets worth of coal, plus a bucket worth of rock that we're slowly emptying, just to make sure that we have plenty of room in here to keep the process running. Another bucket of dirt, well, to get rid of the dirt. We have the limestone. The limestone guys have their own sorter as well. Any excess dirt is coming over here and getting turned to bricks. Bricks were about to retire, I think. I don't really need bricks anymore, so we're going to be getting rid of those shortly. But we do have an iron smelter over here that is running fine, and same story. Well, same story. We're also using some of the new vertical lifts. Vertical lifts were added in update number 2, and why? And you're all backed up, aren't you? That's why you're not working. Okay, can I look over here? Vertical lifts. Can we get in nice and close with these things? Again, the devs have done a wonderful job. Of course, you stop spinning when I go spin the camera around to have a look. The devs have done a wonderful job. They have taken the concept of a vertical lift, which many games have had before, and they've added it in a way where it just fits the game mechanic so well. It really looks like it should be part of the game, and for that, I really love it. Okay, you guys are still doing upgrades. You are doing upgrades slowly. We're waiting on these things, which is waiting on you guys to run faster. Oh, we can fix that. Can I use the copy tool? And we're just going to add another machine on the end. And now, I could unpause this and have the vehicles come build this, but one of the things I love about Capital Industry is we have the magic power of unity. It is the power of belief. If the people believe in us by, well, making sure that they have water and food, and electricity, and some health, and we get to spend that uni on certain things like research and also a couple of edicts that I'm running just to, you know, change up how I play the game. I can also have things instantly delivered via Unity. So that's instantly transported from wherever I have it in storage into right here and get this machine up and running to get a bit more production out. Unfortunately, that's 12, that's 24, that's 48. I could technically build one more before we max out the belt. Can I fit one more in? No, due to the way the vertical belt integrates. But can I put you there? And can I move my vertical belt to that side? No. No, I can't get both belts in. If I built this with a vertical belt, I could have. All right, doesn't matter. What we'll do is we'll just put one on the end. We need more circuit production. All right, so we'll get that done. All right, meanwhile, research has happened. We have advanced diesel. The trucks have come along and upgraded all of these, which gives us, well, more storage for more construction parts, which is going to be very important because we're going to be spending a whole bunch of them in just a second. We're also upgrading our inputs so I can store more concrete slabs and more bricks to make sure I can make more construction parts faster. How is we've got plenty of construction parts, we've got plenty of everything. We should be good to go. All right, so what I want to do is I want to look at advanced diesel. I also want the game to run a little bit faster. And, oh, no, one other thing I want to upgrade is upgrade. Can I do that one and all your storages, please? Yep, this is our little concrete slab build. It's doing well. It's doing well, and we don't have an upgrade for the concrete mixers yet, but in the future. All right, so over here I have oil. Now, currently we're using the basic oil distiller, which is doing a very basic job of making basically no diesel whatsoever. It does pull in 54 crude oil and turn half of that into diesel, and I'd like to upgrade that recipe an awful lot. Now, because Capital Industry has been a game that's been out for about 2 years ago, has a decent community behind it, and I enjoy making good quality blueprints for good quality games, I'm going to load in a blueprint. In Update 1, I made a wonderful blueprint for doing oil, and that's exactly what we're going to drop in. Why? Because oil is one of the more complicated parts of the game, and if I can build it with a blueprint, I'm going to. So we're going to put you probably here, because we're going to need some decent space to build this. So we're going to build you, and then I'm going to grab the next module, being this one. And we're going to put this module in 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And because it's all in planning mode, they won't build any of it, which is another thing I love. I don't have this module, but I do have this module available. So we're going to go 1, 2. Actually, I need 2 of those. Can I cut? This is why we have planning mode. Because if I make a boo-boo, I can just remove the boo-boo. Can I cut that out? And we're going to put that there, and then that there. Because what we want to do is we want to go through the process of making diesel. Now, to do diesel, we can use either the basic distiller, works wonders, or if I look at the tech tree, we can take in crude. Let's start with crude oil. We can take crude into distillation stage 1, and that's going to give us both medium oil and heavy oil. Neither of those are diesel, neither of those are useful to us. If we look at medium oil I can convert directly to diesel, and for the same 54 crude oil I was using in this first basic step, I can then get 36 diesel compared to 24. So it's 50% extra diesel for 0 extra cost. It is going to be more machines, it's going to be more electricity, it's going to be more a whole lot of things, but I don't mind that cost. We're also going to We need an oil and water input, which will be our next step, which will go here. And that, I don't have the next blueprint unlocked, so we're gonna have to wait on that one, and all the other ones can wait as well. Okay, so I need to get this built. I'm also gonna have to plug in oil and water into this little build, and that's one of the other parts about the update is previously all the pipes were, well, pipey color. Now, as we can see, the pipes are actually colored, so I can see which pipe is very easily is diesel, is oil because it's colored black. I can see which one's diesel because it's colored the orangish for diesel. This is sour water. It's some yucky stuff. We're just doing the responsible thing and, well, dumping it in the sea. Yeah, what else would you do with this sour water? And we just want to scale things up just slightly. So what I want to do is I want to unpause that and we get the trucks to work building all of this. It's going to take them a minute, but whilst we wait, we should have Mr. Shippy. He does have his construction parts on him, so we can send him over here to go repair the oil rig. Whilst he's doing that, we're going to get him some upgrades. Can you have some guns, sir? And some more guns, sir? Yes, I would like to proceed with that modification. How long on armor? Ooh, armor's very close. Ooh, okay, potatoes. I have too many potatoes. I don't want a notification for that anymore. Our little farming system over here is... Is the potato belt going the wrong direction? Ah! Okay, it was a helpful notification. No, that potato belt's going the right direction. See, sometimes you just boo-boo things. All right. So, we have a whole bunch of potatoes right here, a whole bunch of vegetables. This is what we're feeding our poor little people. We also now have ship armor connected. So, what I want to do is come over here. I want to give Mr. Shippy guns on the front. And armor plating, and we're going to say continue, and then, well, we need to have all these bits delivered, and once they're delivered, Mr. Shippy comes back, we can then put the guns on him, and also give him the armor. Meanwhile, he has come here, and he has repaired the oil rig. We need to send Mr. Shippy home, and I want to get into cargo docks. We're going to want a dock over here to bring in our oil. Now, as you might notice, this map comes with a couple of piers pre-built. This is a feature of the map, and it is going to make our life a whole lot easier. We want to terrain too low. Okay, terrain not too low over here. Can we put you... Ocean access block. Yeah, I need to be you a little bit away from the coastline. Okay, we're going to put you right there. We're going to put in a couple of fluid modules, and we're going to also have the trucks come build this. I don't have the trucks ever be idle. I never give them a chance to, you know, slow down, calm down, and catch up on jobs. I want them busy all the time. All right, so that should have that running. You don't have a recipe because I don't have that technology yet. I do have that technology. You are plugged into this pipe, which is plugged into this pipe, which is plugged into that balancer, which comes out to here, which is naphtha. So you should be burning... I don't know how to burn naphtha yet. Okay, because I don't have naphtha unlocked. That would be why. Alright, how are you guys getting along? A whole lot of pipes left to build, and there are 0 construction parts in stock. Alright, what can we do about 0 construction parts in stock? We have plenty of construction parts 1, but just no construction parts 2. For every 12 construction parts 1 I make, I convert all of them in, well, all the 12 construction parts 1 I make, I can convert into construction parts 2. And as you can see, I have 3 doing number 1 and only 2 doing number 2, which means I am slightly increasing my construction part 1 storage. But, and you guys should both be running flat out. You are, because of this little join belt. But what we can do is we can definitely increase our overall production. So we're going to put another one in here, which will give me more construction parts 1. And we are currently short of number 2, so I'm going to put in 2 of those. And we're going to... Oh, you can't be built right there. You know what? I'm going to put that there instead. And we're going to put that belt right there. Can I remove that little connector? Cool. All right. You can't have a connector box beside a connector box. So we're going to unpause that. And I actually want this to be built to get construction parts faster over the priority of that. So what I want to do is I want to come into this. I'm going to say priority 5. Priority 5. Priority 5. Actually, I can just quick deliver that with a tiny bit of Unity. And I can do the same here. Yep. And we're going to set you priority 6 to get built. Yeah, the default is 8. And we'll set you to a 7. So what should happen is this one should get built, or this one, and then this machine, and then that machine. Okay. In the meantime, the other thing I can do is I can use Unity to boost the production. So we're going to apply a boost here. We're going to apply a boost here, which now means I need to feed them twice as many construction parts 1. And... okay. And I actually have this belt here paused, which is going to come from our storage. We're going to unpause that and let all our bonus construction part 1 that we've saved up slide through and feed into these machines to run them flat out. All right, we've just unlocked construction part 3, which is really, really handy, and it's something I'd like to build. For that, we're going to need a buildings. General machines. That's the one I want. So, an assembly 2. Let's put you here first. Nope, here. Line up with the others, and we'll look at your recipe. So you'll need construction parts 2 plus steel plus construction parts. I don't have steel yet, so we need to do something about steel. Also, turns out I need to go back to removing the trees, because if you've ever played a factory game before, you know trees are always the enemy. So we're going to have the tree harvesters go out and keep chopping down the trees as fast as they can. All right, we need to get steel up and running. All right, actually, I should just leave that there so we know roughly where it needs to be, and then we need to actually get that recipe built. Okay, meanwhile, you're going to be built any second. In fact, you're going to be built right now because I just threw Uni at the problem. And we're going to unpause you as well. We'll set you to a priority 7. And we'll also probably just Uni those. Yes, I had enough parts to do those. All right, we're going to remove the boost here and remove the boost here because, well, we're now running at twice the speed. And it means that I just need this building up and running. It's 26. Never mind, somebody ran off with them. Yeah. The oil build is expensive. Very expensive. Very, very expensive. Yeah, I knew this would be expensive. All right, what can we do to save some parts? Well, I don't... So, construction parts 1. Let's come to here. We are making construction parts 1 from either bricks or concrete slabs. Now, I have a very robust construction concrete slab build right here that is full of concrete slabs, whereas my big brick production is over here, and it's consuming dirt, which is fine. It's great to get rid of the dirt. Also, an awful lot of coal to give me not many bricks. I don't think I want this anymore. We can always take the dirt, and where are we dumping dirt currently? We're dumping all our trash, all our rock, all our slag over here. We can make sure this area is slightly larger with more dumping zones, and we can then, well, obviously, get rid of this little construction. So let's just hit the delete button and say, trucks, I know you are enjoying your little holiday, but we're going to hold down shift, and also if I hold down, no, let's just do shift. Hold down shift, it means if I touch a bit of pipe or belt, well, it's going to delete all the belt that I hit or all the pipe that I hit. So I don't have to make sure I get all of it in one delete mark. I just got to get some of it, and then it's going to make sure the whole lot gets disappeared. But that, after it's been deleted, should give us some construction part 1, which should be able to go back into this bucket and then get converted to construction part 2 to, well, keep the factory running. All right. Whilst we do that, let's talk about another feature that got added to the game, which is surfaces. So now we have different surfaces I can put down, and these only affect the maintenance of the vehicles driving on them, not so much the buildings, but also affects the aesthetic of the factory. That's the words I'm looking for. And I'm thinking, I don't want bricks. Concrete? You do concrete? Let's do a concrete underneath our factory. So let's go from here to... I want to make sure I get all the buildings to there. And can I unmark that designation for dumping? Because it's all done. We've filled up to the edge of the island with trash. Okay, so that's now marked, and therefore the truck should come over here, pick up a whole bunch of bricks, bit by bit by bit, bring them over here and pop them down, and we should start concreting the factory, hopefully, slowly. There's a lot of bricks to put down. We could also put in some roads, cobblestone roads. Okay, we definitely have a path through here. And then over to here. Can we try making a nice little road through here for you guys to drive on? Because a highly requested feature for the game was always roads. With the amount of vehicles we had driving around, of course roads were going to be a feature that was requested over and over. And, well, they have been added. Now, my little trucks have an awful lot to do, so they're going to get to these bit by bit, but they should get here sooner or later. Yep, they started putting down concrete over here. I like it, I like it, I like it. All right, so, oil. Back to oil. Can I have 26 parts? All right, what we're going to do is we're going to speed up the deliveries by spending some uni, getting some of this done. And I also need to find a water source. We already know oil is going to be right here. If I look at crude oil, oil pump, my oil's right here. My water is, good question. I have a water source right here and I have a water source right here. Guess what? We're going to use this one. It's super close. Okay, can I put you there and can I give you a friend? Can we then flip you around? And I'm going to need a water pipe to plug into, well, it's got to go into this guy. So this guy's plugged into here, and that means I want to go from the second pipe up, and we're going to hold down shift to go in a straight line, and then come to here, and then we'll plug into both of those. Okay. Can I also have the trucks do that? All right, what can I do to speed this up? We can pause you and pause you. We can keep this system running, and then we're going to pause these guys. If I get one of these running, this is a lot more efficient than, well, this that I have over here. Yeah. Also need to plug this oil in. Oil is going to come in, I'm going to say at the bottom. Yes, the bottom pipe is oil. So can I grab oil from here? Almost dead straight. Oh look, it is dead straight. Plug that in there. And we can quick deliver that. That's only a tier 1 pipe. It's going to be good enough for right now. I will need a bridge over this. Can we go to those vehicles? Can I get a vehicle ramp? And we're going to drop that right there. That way the trucks can get across at least. I can quick deliver that as well. And that way they can drive over to get to the other side. We need U-built, which is 50 construction parts. U-built, which is 70, plus a whole lot of pipes along here, which are all going to take a little bit of time. Can I... No, Unity didn't really help. We just don't have enough parts. I don't need both of you running, just one I'll do for right now. And we can leave that. Okay, we have recycling up and running, but I don't have steel. So, can we do steel? Steel is... actually, let's use our recipe book. Okay, steel. To get steel, I need a cool caster, which will take in molten steel and some water and give me steel. And this is how I make it. This is how I use it. It's very handy having a full recipe book where I can look up any recipe in the game and also see where I can use that single item. Now, to get molten steel, I left click on, right click on that one. I can see to get molten steel, I need to run through an oxygen furnace and have molten iron plus some oxygen. That'll give me molten steel and a whole bunch of exhaust. And to get molten iron, I need a blast furnace. Blast furnace is going to take in either iron scrap or iron ore plus some coal, give me molten iron with exhaust. And if I'm using iron ore, which I will be, I'll also get some slag. So I need to build that. Now, I already have a blast furnace right here. And this is doing exactly that first step. So with the power of copy and paste, we should be able to do that. I guess it's the molten iron. Okay, step number 1. And because it's in pause mode, none of this will get built, which is perfect because I'm not exactly sure how this is going to go together. But I now need to have a oxygen furnace. The oxygen furnace needs oxygen. Don't know how to get oxygen just yet, but we can work that one out in just a minute. You're going to have molten iron, which needs to plug into you. And can I copy you and press F to flip so I have you reversed? I'm going to need that channel to go there. And if I just click on one of the transport icons, it'll give me the right type of transport because this is a molten channel transport. Obviously, yeah, you don't want to put your iron plate in one of those, whereas this is a flat belt designed for carrying, well, mainly flat things. And then we have U-shaped belts like these ones, which is designed to carry for loose items like ore. So we have 3 different types of belt transport, depending on what you're actually transporting. But I need to have you guys. Now I need to get oxygen. I also need to deal with exhaust. You're going to output 24 exhaust each. If I look at my little smokestack, you can burn 60 exhaust per 60 seconds. The game also has this feature where I can not work on a 60-second recipe. I can work on your true recipe. So you do every 40 seconds, you make 16 exhaust, and every 20 seconds you consume 20 exhaust and then vent it out to the air. Give me some air pollution, that's fine. I'm sure the people don't mind. Or if I like simple maths, which, let's be honest, nobody wants to go back to school and do maths, I can show every 60, which just gives me all the numbers, all the ratios based around a 60-second ratio, which just makes life so much easier. But if I put a connector in there that'll plug your exhaust and your exhaust both together and into that single smokestack, tree harvesters, please go back to chopping down the world. Can I get you to just clear out that whole floor on the map? Yep, I'm not picky. You just guys chop everything. Eventually we'll get around to planting new trees because we do need trees to give us wood. Nope. To give us wood to give us construction parts. So we do need some trees to stay, or at least us to grow more ones. All right. So we're back to this one. We need back under methodology. I need to have a cooled caster, which is one of these guys, and you're a little bit wider than what I have built here, but I think we can work this out. All right, so I need you to output there, and then you to output there. Now, I'm going to need to get water into both these. I'm also need to get material directly across, and I need to get oxygen. We never looked at how to make oxygen. Oxygen right there. Left click, right click, right click, right click. Oxygen comes from an air separator. It's just going to give me oxygen and nitrogen. And nitrogen I can put in a smokestack and vent back out to the atmosphere. So that seems pretty good. Can I get an air separator? We're going to put you right here. We're going to plug our oxygen into there. I need to plug that in there and that in there. And take my oxygen over the top. And I need a smokestack, and I just hover over that, press C to copy it, and pop one right here, and then that just leaves my water. Now, water is a problem. Where's water? I have groundwater pump. I don't have anywhere. I do have water over here. I'm going to run a pipe across. But I also have water here. I have a couple of rain catchers, which are catching the rain, obviously. If I upgrade your storage, I'm a little bit more confident that we won't run out of water. And then I could take a pipe from here and run this around here and over this and bring this in at the back. And I could press E and Q to go up to adjust things to different heights. So I could go over belts, under belts, under bridges, do all sorts of things, but that should be everything we need to start making steel. Now, this is not a pretty build. This is I built it in the corner build, but it's going to be a working build, and that's all that matters. I do need to have a storage, so can we grab a storage? I'm a little bit short on construction part 2, so I'll use the old-fashioned storage, which is made out of construction parts 1. We'll put you here, and then I should be able to take a belt right over the top, plug that into there, and then plug you into there as well. All right, we're going to get that built. And the way I'm going to get that built is I'm going to press the P button for pause, and I'm just going to slide over all the things that I had ghosted down And, well, now they're all marked for construction. Now, anything that takes construction part 1 should get done relatively quickly. Anything that takes construction part 2, I'm a little bit short on those still. But we have enough to get this booted up. Okay, so with you getting water into this pipe, and you getting crude oil. Yes, crude oil. There's one pipe in there. Okay, with that one pipe built, we now have crude oil, and that means this pipe will slowly darken up as it pumps more crude oil through it, to make sure it's easily identifiable as crude oil. Yep, there's crude oil in it, just a little bit. I need to boot up this system. Now, what we're actually going to do is we're going to take some crude oil, add some steam to it, and that's going to give us medium oil and heavy oil. Also some sour water. The sour water is going to be coming out, which pipe? That pipe? No, that's the oil pipe. Sour water comes out. Click on you, it comes out this top pipe. So the sour water is nasty stuff that I can't do anything with. So for the moment, I'm going to bridge off there. We're going to come down to ground level on this side, and I'm going to do the responsible thing, and we're going to dump at the sea. We're going to put a connector right there, because a pipe cannot share two fluids at the same time. But this is not running flat out. We are outputting very, very small amounts of wastewater in this pipe currently, but the liquid dump can dump more than one item at once, as long as they're not in the same pipe. They're not in the same pipe, they're going to be the same connector right at the end, which can technically hold more than one fluid. This is why, you know, I run a YouTube channel, and this is where I tell you about all these interesting features the devs don't want you to know about. All right, because I have Uni, and this is a tier 1 pipe, therefore it's dirt cheap, we should be able to get that built without a problem. So the only thing I need to do is I need to get steam into here. Now, once I get steam in here, we're going to get out, like I said, medium oil and heavy oil, which is going to head around the back into this boiler. We're going to burn heavy oil and medium oil to give it steam to start this process, to loop this process forever. Once this is looped, I'm then going to, well, not take my medium and heavy oil in the next one and burn it for more steam. I'm going to take my medium oil and to convert that to diesel. I do have some light oil that I don't have any plans for currently, but over here at the rear, I have a whole bunch of excess boilers that burn off things that I can't really deal with. This one's set for heavy oil because the first step of this process does make heavy oil that I can't do anything with currently. The second step, we're going to use all the medium oil, but the excess light oil I could send over the back to get rid of. We do have this one currently that's meant to do naphtha, but doesn't have an option to do naphtha because I haven't unlocked naphtha yet. But I could have you do light oil, and then all I need to do is make sure the light oil that's coming out of the back of this goes into this pipe here, which is normally where the naphtha would go, I hope. You do diesel. Diesel is this pipe. Naphtha fuel gas. Top pipe. I never said refineries were simple. Nope, that's naphtha. Okay. So we're going to run that through there. Cool. Can I get that part built? And then to get steam into the system to fire it up, I just need to put steam in to your steam input, which is going to be this little pipe here. Oh, no, actually it's before that. It's this pipe here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to very temporarily grab a boiler. I'm going to put a boiler here. Yep. We can see the blue pipe is the water pipe. So we're going to grab transports. I want to grab a pipe. I want to bring water off there and into here. Sorry, into there. And then I want to take steam and I want to plug steam into, well, this one that's facing backward. Cool. With that done, we're going to uni build that hopefully, and I'm going to set you for coal, and then I'm going to have some truck come across here and deliver some coal. Yeah, you're going to have a problem because you're going to have some exhaust that you want to vent, but I don't have any way for you to vent the exhaust because I'm not going to give you an option. I'm going to make sure that you can only run 1 or 2 cycles because that's all I need to get the system up and running. So with that done, I need to look at some problems because we have our stats over on the right. And it seems I'm out of copper. Why am I out of copper? I'm out of copper ore. Why am I out of copper ore? Because of a bunch of copper ore and all the iron's in the way. Okay. So the ore sorting plant, really don't want to have one. You really don't want to share them across multiple resources. So what we're going to do is we're going to put you here. And which one was iron? This was iron. We're going to remove you, remove you. We're going to remove you. You're the stone one, right? Yep, you've got stone icons on the end. And we're going to get you built. Again, I can use the power of Unity to get this done in a hurry. And you could do copper ore. So we're going to tell you not to do copper ore anymore. And that, Nope, the copper ore just disappears. Well, there you go. Okay, so that should have copper ore. We're going to allow trucks to pick up from there. We're going to build you and we're going to unpause you so you can be built eventually. And I don't want you doing iron. Yep, so you're going to be rock, dirt, copper, copper. Cool. That way we have a dedicated one for copper, dedicated one for iron, so on and so forth. All right, back to our quest line, because we have a quest over here we're trying to complete. All right, you don't have steam. Why don't we have steam? What happened on my steam? Okay. We will give you exhaust. I'm just trying to save myself the hassle of giving you exhaust. Can I pause that pipe to make sure that the steam flows into here? Oh, it's the sour water. Oh. That is not the steam in. That's the steam in. My bad. Okay, that's all right. We can fix this. We're going to remove that pipe. We're going to run the pipe from there to there instead, and then we'll build that. Okay, unpause. So you have a bunch of steam in you, which is going to flow to here, which is going to flow to here, and then you can't really get rid of steam. But you know what? If we put a smokestack right here, you can get rid of steam, but you can't get rid of wastewater. So all the steam is going to pass out, all the wastewater is going to pass out the end, and everybody will be happy. We do have a ship that we should probably do something on with. Yeah, okay. So you have steam, yes. You have steam, yes. You have diesel, yes. Which means over here we should see diesel in you. We do. And we already have set up over here a whole bunch of rubber makers, which means in theory I can recycle my old ones. Now, you guys are designed to run on sulfur. I don't have sulfur currently. So what we can do is we can set you up to run on coal. Can I get you to run coal? I can get the guys to bring some coal over here, and we're going to enable this recipe. If I press V and paste, well, then you all get the same recipe. I don't need 3 of you running. Probably one's going to be fine for now. Now, the game does want me to do 2 things. It wants me to vent some heavy oil in a flare and vent some light oil in a flare. Now, this is normally because they're waste items, and the game... Delete. No? There's no way to delete that? Okay. I don't need you guys to keep doing this. Can we remove that, please? And remove that, please? And remove that, and remove that. I'm holding control so they disappear instantly with Unity. Alright. The game wants us to do these. Now, you can vent the heavy oil that you don't need and also the light oil that you don't need. I prefer to, well, burn them to create more steam to keep the system running. But the game wants me to do this once. So we're going to, for the one time only, build a flare right here. We're going to plug that sideways so you get connected. We're going to build you, and then heavy oil goes into this one, which is here. You have a priority to go to the left, so I'm going to put a tiny bit of pipe right there. Cool. And when you cycle again, which is dependent on our crude oil, which if I reverse that and reverse that, well, that kills this little system, because I don't really want this distiller running anymore. We want to recycle it, and we would much prefer to have the more efficient system running. I need you and you to both spark, which means, what are we waiting on? We're waiting on crude oil to come in, like so. Okay, so with crude oil coming in, and hopefully you're about to flare off some heavy oil and some light oil. There we go. That does light oil, 3, 4. Come on. Not really. Okay. The heavy oil is done, so we can remove you, and we can remove you. And that is the quest right there, which gave me 60 parts, which is good because, well, this is very expensive. Oh, no, can I have my flare back? I forgot to mention. Actually, can we put you in here? Because one of the things the devs also did, and they look so cool, is they upgraded the effects for things like flares. They upgraded smoke particle effects, they upgraded the flare effects, they upgraded a whole bunch of things. Burn. Oh, yeah. This makes me want to burn off things for the sake of burning things off. All right, we're going to remove that and remove that. Okay, so with those done and this up and running, we're going to unpause you and you, because I'd like more production for more crude oil eventually. But to do that, I need to have more crude oil. I also do not need this pipe anymore, so we're going to hold down shift to delete the whole pipe. I don't need this bucket anymore. I don't need this machine. I don't need that pipe. I don't need that pipe. I do need... You guys are going to output some nasty water that I didn't think about. Yeah, can I unpause you and you? And pause you? Because I can get this nasty pipe of liquid out and at least shipped out of here. You have no compatible... Oh, you have limestone and coal. Oh, that's nasty. Does my limestone overlap with my coal? Not really, but somehow. Okay. Our coal guys have dug down to the bottom of the coal mine. Can I get them to dig all the way through to here? And all the way through to here. Yep, we're going to leave no coal unturned. We might leave some stone unturned, but the coal's definitely coming out of the ground. All right. Best way to sort you is probably give you... Okay, so the best way to do you is going to be with advanced logistics. I need to tell you to take materials here. I need you to also accept single product loads, and I need you also to accept limestone. And because you are linked directly to you, you are the only one that these trucks are allowed to go to. It's because this is so wide that the trucks are visiting both. Bad trucks. Okay, bad me for setting it up that way, but bad trucks. All right. Current research is too advanced for our labs. Okay, we need to get better labs up and running. All right. So oil is up. You need to be built. Unpause. Quick deliver. It's faster than making the pasta disappearing. I need to pause my booster belt. That belt there. Pause. Yep, that way you guys only get 50% of what I output, and the other 50% goes to storage for me to actually build things with. All right. Have your cargo ship import crude oil from the oil rig. Yeah, that's the plan. So, our oil rig that we set up, we need to unpause you, which is going to send some workers over there. We're now at minus 20 workers. That's a problem. Can I get more houses for more people? And we can instantly build that. And then we can also turn on the lighthouse, which priority higher. There you go. Funny enough, doesn't have any light coming out of it, but that's besides the point. It's under repair. But that should attract more people here. 80 new refugees in less than 12 months. Meanwhile, our national population will slowly tick up, and eventually we should be able to man the oil rig completely. In the meantime, the oil rig is filling up slowly, and once it has enough in there that the cargo ship can go get that oil and bring it back, he's going to. But he carries 880 oil, and I don't really want him to leave and spend the diesel until he can go get the whole 880. You guys are full, which means I need more dumping zones. Can I do that, please? Yep, filling the ocean bit by bit. It's all building space. Even if it does look like trash, it is because it's full of trash. All right, can we get you guys? Do I pipe the oil across? Okay, first off, you have sour water. Okay, can we deal with this sour water problem? So sour water, we're going to come out. We're going to go up to max height. We're going to run over our pyramid of pipes. And we're going to run to here. And then I want to run to this, well, beside this pipe that's already outputting other nasty liquids. We're going to come to this side, drop down to ground level, under here. And then, actually we can go to here, and then we can just run on top of this pipe and plug into that one, because that is already sour water. Wastewater. Sorry, wastewater. Alright, so that should get you guys running. You are running. I need you... How much did you store, guys? 4? 1? There you go. Okay. Alright. So that pipe's full of some very, very nasty stuff, but that's fine. It's going to eventually get here and then go to here, and the pipe will slowly change color as we run more and more wastewater through it. Like this batch. Yep. That is so cool that the color, the pipes slowly change color. So if you happen to run a mixed pipe, you can at least have some idea of what's actually running through the pipe, depending on what color the pipe is. But yes, this connector can fill up with either the sour water or the wastewater. But it does also mean that I don't need you running. I do need to keep, actually I don't even need the diesel generators anymore. We're going to remove you, hold down shift, you, and you, and you, and you. Good luck, trucks. And I don't need the smoke stack anymore because, well, we fixed that mistake. All right, so with that done, you still have steam because you're on a circular loop. I sort of want to get you built. You're full of light oil. I picked the wrong... it's paused. Okay. Unpause you. That way the light oil shall flow, and that way you shall make steam and also create lovely, lovely pollution to keep the inhabitants of the island warm. Yes, that's what we're going to go with. Okay. And then we should be fine. All right. Can we go through... So, we have steel, right? It is built. Yes, we have steel in a box. Okay. Can we get some construction parts? So, construction parts require two... construction parts 2 and steel. So, what I want to do is I want to have a storage box like this one. Right about here somewhere. And this is going to be for our steel delivery. And... where do I want you? Okay, I want you about here so I can get trucks in behind you. I'm going to want 2 tiles. Okay, we're going to want to bring... no, I need one more tile. Okay, we're going to bring our construction part 2 into here. On top of that, I want a lift. Can I actually have that plug in? Okay. I want a lift. So we're going to go into transports. I want a flat lift. And I need you to face that way and go like that. So we're going to come in at height 1 and then go straight down to height 0. And then my plan is going to be a simple one. We're going to grab our steel. We're going to run it through to here to start with. Then I'm going to raise it up. I could use a lift for this, but it's just not worth it. It's much easier to have a ramp for this where I need to make this distance anyway. And then after we have you, we're going to have you come out. And then you're going to come to here, just like your friend next door. Friend next door has 1, 2, 3 storages. That one goes there actually. And all we're going to do is change this from construction part 2 to construction part 3, 3, and 3. Cool. And we need to set this to steel, lots of it. And we can then unpause all that and get that built. And only if the trucks were not extremely busy would actually have stuff done. All right, Mr. Shippy, we have a market here where I can exchange construction parts 3 for glass. Now, glass is very, very important. Glass is going to give us access to a couple of things. One of them is large vehicles, because I would really like to get bigger and better trucks. Nobody's delivering more vehicle parts. That's unfortunate. Can we get... No, I need to upgrade you, and I need to upgrade you. Okay, so we're going to upgrade you first, and then I can get bigger and better trucks. We did automatic crude oil import, so Mr. Shippy left, came back with crude oil, which is now plugged into there and there, and I sort of need to get it over here. We're going to quick remove you with uni, so that way you're not going to be in our way. And then I'm going to run a pipe to this tile, and then to that tile. And then we're going to come back to here, and I'm going to plug you into here as well. If I press F, it will ignore the fact that it's going to block that port, because I don't care. I'm not going to use that port. I'm going to use the one beside it. And again, I'm going to use the power of uni to get things built instantly. And this will give us an awful lot of oil to this point. But you're making 18 crude oil, you're making 18 crude oil, you're making 18 crude oil. That's like 54 crude oil. And this pipe only moves 60 per second. So I want to upgrade that pipe, which we're going to quick deliver. And I also want to upgrade that pipe as well, because the tier 2 pipe moves 200. And as you guys consume 54 each, it means that, well, I'm going to need a tier 2 pipe to at least run these guys. This is why when they originally put down the blueprint, it took so long, because they're all tier 2 pipes. Okay. All right. So that should... That's your armor plating? You need better armor plating, dude. I'm going to put on half the armor plating. Ah, more armor plating needed. Yeah, more armor plating. Way more armor plating. I do like the guns. They're a nice addition. A very nice addition. All right. So you are building. Yes, you are. I have some construction parts, but not a whole lot. And I have some parts 1. Parts 1 are missing wood. Okay. Where are the wood guys? The wood guys are all the way over here. All right, can you get any extra truck to help haul back wood? And the other one's over here. Yeah, it's a problem of not enough wood trucks to woodchuck wood. Okay, you are built. You're not upgraded yet. Okay, so you can give us bigger and better excavators. You can also give us bigger and better trucks. Currently I have 58 pickups. Now you might say a pickup holds an awful lot. He does. He holds a heavy duty pickup truck with max capacity of 20. You go under transports that are height 2 or higher. So if I build a belt or a pipe that's at height 2, these guys can drive straight under it. These are a big truck. These are a big truck. These guys carry 60 items, so 3 times the amount of stuff. Now, they are going to use a little bit more diesel, like 3 times the amount, but they're going to move a whole lot more stuff around. Now, it's going to require construction part yellow, vehicle part yellow, which is the tier 2, which I don't have access to. But I do have a ship modifications to complete. Your armor plating is still horrible. I do like spotlights. Yeah, I think you could do better, shippy. All right, but our trading partner over here will give us construction parts for glass. That's going to be very important in just a second, because if I go to... Can't do it from that menu. I'm going to do it from this menu. Nope. This menu. Vehicle parts 2 needs vehicle parts 1 plus steel, which we now have steel, plus glass. I don't have glass, but I can trade for glass. So if we go into the trading menu, I can exchange my construction parts for glass, and they'll let me make vehicle parts, which will let me make bigger and better trucks. I like bigger and better trucks. So that's going to be high on our list, but to do that, I need to have you guys working. You're not working because... What? Because that didn't connect. Okay, a copy paste fail. That's why you're not working. You're not working because you don't have... Oh. The ultimate copy paste fail. Cool. Build both those. I'm surprised we have any steel then. Alright. And we still have a wood problem. And that is because it's being shipped from the far edge of the map. Okay, there are solutions to these problems. Okay, our solution is going to be... Can I get a tree planter? Yeah, we're going to start planting our own trees. Okay. Can I go into farming? Because we're going to need to have a farm. The farm is going to be in charge of... We're even going to go as far as an irrigated farm. The farm is going to be in charge of tree saplings, because we're going to need tree saplings to have trees. And I went over the population limit because I didn't pause the beacon. All right, can I build that? And can I build that? You are going to have tree sapling, and then to make sure we have crop rotation, because crop rotation is very, very important, we're going to have just a couple of months of grain grass. That's all. And then you should give us, well, a couple of tree saplings every month. 75. Yeah. All right. Can I build another house and unpause that? And our population wares are sorted, so we're going to turn off the beacon so no more refugees arrive, because somewhere in this list, close. It's under there. All right. Whilst we wait, can we go into blueprints? Can I get sour water? Really? Well, you're technically not in the way, but you are in the way. Okay. Can I move you lads over here? Now, on normal difficulty, you get a 60% refund on deconstruction. So I am never, ever worried of, yeah, 60%. Then it goes up to like 90% with research. I am never, ever worried about building something in the wrong spot and then having to rebuild it. We want to build those, and I want to deconstruct those. And if I do it with uni, well, all the parts go back into the warehouse where they're meant to be. All right, can I go to blueprints? Can we get sour water? So sour water, I want to put this blueprint right here. And this will turn the nasty sour water we had before through a process known as sour water stripping. So this is going to take in the sour water, add some more steam. We're going to have steam on site. This is going to give sulfur, which we needed to make rubber more efficiently. So I would take in 12 diesel and 3 sulfur to get 18 rubber, rather 8 diesel plus 2 coal to get 12 rubber and some wastewater. The wastewater is something we have to deal with. I prefer not to deal with it. But also means when I do this process, I'm going to get, like I said, the sulfur, plus I get some ammonia, and I recover a whole bunch of water. You got to remember, steam is water. Sour water is sort of like water. So I'm going to get back 21 water for basically the cost of 3 water. I also get the ammonia. Now, the ammonia, I can mix ammonia with oxygen and get fertilizer. Fertilizer, I can put on, something to upgrade the productivity of the farms and get even more out of them. What do you mean you're out of water? You guys suck in more water than this guy outputs. I'll teach me not to pay attention to how much the farms are using. It's all right. Solved as quick as that. All right. So, back to this. So, this is going to take in some ammonia and some oxygen, which comes from the sour water, and give us some fertilizer. Now, the fertilizer, if I mix that with limestone and some of the sulfur, if I have spare sulfur, I can turn that into better fertilizer, being fertilizer 2. Which is really what I want to get up and running. Now, oxygen, we already know, comes from air separator. The fertilizer 2 is just going to be more potent than fertilizer 1. And then if I have any extra sulfur that I have no use for, if I mix that with limestone, it turns to slag. Slag we, dispose of in the sea to give us more area to build more factory. So, I want to get this built. Now, I don't need to get all of this built, but I do need to get some of this built. We already have limestone on the belt, as you can see. So we're going to use the P button. I'm going to selectively click on things that I need to have built. So I need to have this pipe, obviously the first building. Obviously, any pipes that are attached to the first building, like those ones, plus this belt, and and the connectors should auto build, but we'll just click on them anyway. We're going to need to have this balancer in here to make sure things go in the right direction. Also need to have this balancer done, and then I need to have one of these guys with your belts back into the main line. We're going to need to have this balancer done, which is going to loop around the back, and this is a bit of a mess, so I'm just going to do the whole lot. I need to have one of these machines running. I need to have this running all the way through to this balancer into here, which then should feed this machine, which will then output into this wonderful pipe here that goes up and down and up and down and up and down, that then gives me fertilizer 1 and 2. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess. It's a compact mess. I missed this pipe. I'm going to assume that one's maybe not important. Maybe it is. Well, I'm pausing anyway. Yeah, the truck's doing a pretty good job of getting it all done pretty much straight away. So, you need the new construction parts, which I actually have enough of. Well, we're going to insta build that. Okay, so you are our sour water, right? You're connected here. Let's not just leave that reversed in case you get different liquids in you. Okay. Yeah, you have some sour water in you. You have enough steam. You just haven't got enough sour water to actually run a process, but you should shortly. Now, this is going to run the water through a balancer, which is going to prioritize the reclaimed water rather than new water, which is going to be perfect for us, and also should give us some sulfur, which means I should be able to stop having coal come in here and swap you guys across to the other recipe. It'll take a second, but if I just set that to there, we should be fine in a couple of minutes. We can Unity build as well, and I think this is good to go. Yeah. We have too much diesel. First world problems. We have too much diesel. We don't need the oil fast enough. Alright, back to you. So you're processing, you're making construction parts 2. You guys are still short on wood because I never fixed that. Okay. We did make... We'll just deliver it with Uni. Because nobody wants to pick up the parts and bring them here. Thanks, guys. I know, extremely busy. Extremely busy. Okay, sulfur processing we just set up. Fertilizers we just set up. We'll come back to the other ones. Okay, I need to have business vehicles. I need a forestry control tower, and we need to decide where we're going to put a forest, which is going to be out of the way. Oh, this is the answer. I'm going to put it right here. It's too bad it's not flat. It is flat over here. Okay, we're going to put you there. We're going to build you. We're going to set the trees to cut after 9.6 years. We'll get 20 wood out of them, and we're going to edit the area, and I'm just going to give you as much area as you can have. And then we're going to edit the designation, and we're going to say everything between here and here can be trees. You're allowed to plant trees all the way through there. Cool. All right, I'm not going to assign a tree planter. I'm not going to assign a tree harvester. The tree harvesters will wander over there when they have hit their goal, and the tree planters will also wander over there when they are allowed to plant something. So that requires our farm that we built previously to actually have some tree saplings, which it does have. Now, one thing it could probably do with would be a storage. So can we put a storage just smacked right into the front of that? Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to bother with a belt. And we'll build that there. Now, one other thing I can do is, rather than have my little forestry trucks, wherever the hell they've disappeared to, here, run back and forth with all the wood all the way. I was about to make them part of the general, make the general crew do it. But the general crew seems to be fairly busy. So it's probably not a good idea. We have construction parts 1. We have plenty of 2s. All right. If I have plenty of 2s, can I come to here? Because I'd like plenty of 3s. Can I build one of them? You need a belt from there to there. And a connector there. And then that'll double our production. And then I'm going to go as far as triple our production. Yep. Okay. We have cooling towers. Let's talk about cooling towers. So, over here, we're making power. Where we're making power is, well, we take some water, we add some coal, gives us some steam. Steam is basically energy. It's some sort of energy we can do something with. And then we're putting it through a high pressure turbine. Now, when you put steam through a turbine, it takes in high pressure steam, turns into mechanical power, and then low pressure steam. The low pressure steam is just coming out and being vented, which means I'm constantly putting more water into the system to keep the whole system running. As for mechanical power, we're getting 6 megawatts worth of mechanical power out of each high pressure turbine, which I'm then putting into a power generator. Now, a power generator is just, it's a big spinning mass. Okay, well, technically it's not a big spinning mass. Technically it's a big chunk of copper that spins around some magnets that creates power. But that is going to consume some of that mechanical power. Now, due to efficiency losses, each one of these takes in 3 megawatts worth of mechanical power and gives us 2 megawatts worth of electricity. So for you making 6 and you making 6 being a total of 12, I'm using 3, 6, 9, 12 to get 2, 4, 6, 8. So I'm getting 8 megawatts worth of total electricity out of my input, but I'm wasting a lot of water. Now I can stop wasting water by going into water cooling. So if I had one of these, we could take in the low pressure steam and get back half of the water by just cooling it down a cooling tower and then putting it back in the system, which is what I'd like to do. Also need to mention the flywheels in the back. The flywheels are literally a giant chunk of metal spinning around just to carry inertia. The idea is once they're sped up to speed, it means rather than these guys having to run all the time, they can only consume steam when they need to get the flywheels up to speed, and then, well, they can then stop consuming steam once the flywheels are up to speed, and then the flywheels can then slowly lose speed as they convert that speed back into mechanical power to then create more electricity. That makes sense? I hope that makes sense. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to take my steam out of here. I also want to take my water and I want to plug it back into this water pipe. But I want to do it through a priority. So we're going to go in here and we're going to grab a pipe balancer. And I'm just going to put that right there for the moment. This is why we're in building mode, so I can put things down and pick them back up. And I want to disconnect these 2 pipes. I'm going to not even bother spending uni on it because it happened instantly. I'm going to spend uni on this so it's built instantly, and I want to have a priority in on this connection here because this is where I'm going to bring in my reclaimed water. We're going to put you over here actually, well out of the way. Okay, we're going to tee off just before the steam vent because I need that running right this second. And then plug into here. You process 24. You have 24 each. So I actually need 2 of these guys. So we're going to copy you, put you right beside, and plug that in there. And then we're going to bring the water pipe, the new water pipe, the reclaimed water pipe out. Run it over. No, press the R button so it turns off the magnet down here. So it doesn't try and connect to existing pipes. Bring it over to here and then plug it in there. We're then going to do the same with your friend. Nope, because the magnet's turned off, it doesn't even want to plug into the output. Yeah, so turn the magnet off again, and then it plugs in perfectly fine. All right, so what I want to do is I want to get that done. And again, we're going to unpause, and that way the trucks can build it. But like I said, I like building things with the power of unity, the power of belief, and if I just come around and click on things, well, hopefully they get magically done, which they did do. So with that now done, I'm going to pause the smokestack to make sure it works and keep this here as a backup. But I'm pretty confident, like 100% confident, that this is going to work perfectly fine. So I'm going to remove that and again spend some unity, and then they can come pick that up and it can go away. And we're going to bring the water that we've reclaimed back in the system, which is going to lessen our impact on this, well, natural reserve of water. Now, I'm not really impacting the water reserve currently because I'm not really consuming a lot of it. But if we had several power plants here, things would be different. Okay, so water recovery is done. We got refugees from our lighthouse, and refugees, and refugees. There's a theme going here. Yeah, cool. All right, so we have bigger and better construction parts coming in. And that means I want to upgrade this machine, which the trucks can't access, because nope. Yes, you are going to be doing vehicle parts 2. Now, vehicle parts 2 are going to come in here, and then they're going to go straight into there, but I need to have vehicle parts 2. Now, to get vehicle parts 2, I need to have glass, and we need to go back into trading, and I need to do this trade here. So I need to have 20 of those, and I can trade for 40 of those, but the reputation with that particular colony needs to be at least at level 1. So if we come out to here, this colony is the one that has glass, and if I donate them some construction parts, suddenly they look on me much more favorably. So we need to click that button. And then, of course, Mr. Shippy has to do a delivery. So can I load up the ship with the things that they need to make them happy? And then, well, you can then go do a delivery. All right, we need better labs. So to do that, I need to have the next tier of construction parts. Well, the next tier of construction parts and the next tier of science. The next tier of science is not in this machine. So can we open this? Can we go with lab equipment 2? It is an assembler 3, so I can only make them in assembler 3. It's going to require lab equipment 1, plus some paper, plus some steel. I have lab equipment 1 here, but I didn't really plan to, fiddle this nicely together. So we might need to make some modifications. Let's start with a modification of removing that and removing some of that. Okay, we're going to need a assembler 3, it said, and it needs to have lab part number 1, which we conveniently have right here. Cool. We also need to have paper and steel. Now, we already know that steel comes from the steel mill. We have a little bit of steel going. It's not a lot. We could definitely do with more, but that's the start. And then I need to have paper. So if I come in here, and this time I right-click on paper right there, it'll tell me I get paper. If I have a chemical plant and I deliver it wood chips plus limestone and high-pressure steam, they'll give me paper. Now, if I click on a chem plant right there, well, that gives me the chem plant, and now I can click that recipe, and that'll give me paper. So paper needs to go, paper needs to go on a belt from there to there. Cool. All right, steam. Steam, we know how to make steam. Steam comes from a boiler. That's nice and simple. We can put you right there. That works. And then we're just gonna click on your output, go to there, put in a smokestack, just a little one, And I can feed you something. Wood chips. You like wood chips? You like wood chips. Cool. We need wood chips. How do I get wood chips? Right click wood chips. It comes from a shredder. Okay, left click on a shredder, and I have a shredder. Okay, so now let me see how this works. Can I flip you? You also need limestone. Okay, can I get a bucket? I'm gonna have a bucket. I'm gonna have a bucket right here. You can have limestone. And we need you to stay partially full. All right, so bucket, limestone, directly into chem plant. All right, next is gonna be shredder for shredded paper, which needs to go in here as well. Can I remove that? Because we can probably definitely plug you directly in. Can I flip you? Can I put my smokestack there? And then I should be able to have a belt that feeds into that machine and also splits to... Hello? Chips. Oh, wood chips go in there. Okay, so I need to move you over a tile so I can move you in like that. Okay, now I know that. I'm going to slide everybody over another tile. And then we're going to go plug those two together and then also split off there and plug into there. And then I just need to get water and I need to get wood. Wood. Please bring here trucks. Okay. Water. Well, that's the whole water source right there, but I only need a drop. So can we take a drop? You know what? Can we put a... No, we're just going to put a bridge right here. Can I put a bridge right here? And then can I go into transports, little pipe? Because I only need a little pipe. I need the tiniest amount of water. And... Oh. Alright, that's what we need. And that'll give us... Oh, sorry. You don't quite connect into the belt. I do need this to go away. I need this to go away. You know what? Nah, we'll ask the trucks to remove it. That's the only thing I can't do. I can't... Oh, no, trucks can get in here. Okay. We're going to have you deliver lab equipment, because I need you guys to get rid of lab equipment, put it in here preferably, and we'll see how far our uni gets. Uni got everything built. Absolutely everything. Cool. So you need to have steel, which I didn't set up steel. Can I set up steel, please? Can you guys bring some steel over here? And you're set up for wood. Not that I have much. You're set up for limestone, so we need some of that. And I'm going to need to upgrade the lab. Now, that's going to require some of this lab equipment to actually be made. So I also need to allow the trucks to pick up the lab equipment from here. And therefore, we should be fine. Can I... So steel. So wood is going to be our problem. Okay. Nope. Nope. Where are they? Where are you guys? You're now shaving over here. Okay. And the planting guys are... Come here. Show me your hard work. Yep. Digging with your little shovel. And then popping a little sapling in the ground. And then another sapling. Right beside old growth forest, which we are currently chopping down. Because of course we are. Actually, we're not. No, this is inside the destination. So they've naturally just come over here and gone, okay, well, these trees are all good to go. We'll get them for you, boss. Not a problem, because they ran out of things that I told them to do. Can I get... Well, this is relatively close. And this is relatively close. Okay. Alright, so back into our trades, because... Trades? Oh, I don't ever send him to go, did I? Nope, I loaded him up and didn't send him off. Load crew. Cool. Now you have guns and everything else. You need more crew, obviously. That's fine. We're going to tell him to go there, deliver the cargo, and that way I should be able to do that trade. If I do that trade, I get glass. If I get glass, I get the new and improved vehicle parts 2. If I get vehicle parts 2, I get bigger and better trucks. That's going to be our plan. We could get bigger and better tree harvests and other things with more tech, but I want some of these. I want a lot of these. Cool. All right. This lab is waiting on construction parts, which are waiting on earlier construction parts, which are not running because I don't have the earlier ones, and I don't have those because I don't have wood. What comes back to wood? All right, maybe cancel. Can I have 4 of those? And then can I also have up to 100 vehicles? A lot of those. We're going to allow you to pick up cargo, and we're going to change that so you're not set to keep full. That way, hopefully, the trucks can get in here, pick this up, and take this to here. Meanwhile, ship delivered cargo to settlement. Excellent. I can now click on here, and I can get some glass. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Price went up, which is unfortunate, but I now have glass right there, which is going to come across here, get popped in here, and get turned into those newer improved vehicle parts. 2. Now, for every 1 glass, I get 2 vehicle parts, or for 3 for 6. So I got 120 glass, which means that's 240 vehicle parts. 240 vehicle parts will get me 1 is 40, 2 is 80, 4 is 5 is 200, 6 of these guys. So I can make 6 of these guys with just that trade, which is not bad. I can also get bigger and better excavators. These guys have a bucket size of 6. These have a bucket size of 20. I'd like 20. 20 is way more efficient. So we're going to add what we can on the end of the queue. We're just going to have to wait for them to get that done. Meanwhile, can I get you to come back here, Mr. Shippy? Actually, we probably should send you out to combat. Tree harvester has no trucks assigned. Yep, because you're brand new. Can you have 2 friends? Can I have 2 friends for you? Can I go to these guys and cut you back 1 friend and you back 1 friend as well? We're going to have to balance out our friends. Yeah. And I also want to upgrade that so we can store more steel. And request more steel. Yeah, because I only have 1 steel plant, and that is going to be definitely a bottleneck eventually. All right, so I need wood is what it really comes down to. I also need trucks to be allowed to pick up and drop off to these locations. That would probably help. Not that we have any construction pass through. We've got 17 total. 19 total. But if we could pick some up and bring them over here, that would be awesome. Pickup has no fuel. Probably need more fuel stations then. I also probably don't need that. Great. You are full of crude oil. You are full of diesel. We have no fertilizer because you've run at least once. We just haven't run enough cycles. Because I don't have enough sulfur. Because you're set to send sulfur this way to make coal, to make rubber first. Because rubber's more important than having fertilizer. Yeah. It's a self-balancing system. It just needs a little while. It needs us to use more diesel. That's what it needs. Okay. And yeah, they're really not getting these surfaces painted. We have the materials. It's just the trucks never get a free weekend. I'm not nice to my trucks, okay? It's fine. I don't deserve weekends. Can we throw a boost on there and get you running a little bit faster? We're still fine for power, so I don't have to worry about that yet. Okay, we're going to cancel the next one. Meanwhile, you have 22 so far, because this is actually belt fed, at least for tier 2 and tier 3 parts. Tier 3 parts are a pipe dream still, but eventually they will be belt fed. Can I... So, you're all full. The steel belt, the steel belt, the steel belt. Okay. Because if I can take these parts and I can feed them into here, we could run these machines faster and just use what we have in surplus. Just like I did with construction parts 1. But to do that, I'd need this belt to shimmy out of the way. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to run this through to here. So I could do exactly that. Also have that one merge in here. And then I still want the steel to plug in, obviously. So, nope, I need another tile. Okay. With that done, tree harvester has no tracker sign. Here you go. You can have 2 as well. And we're going to turn off that as well. Alright. So that'll let any excess I have in here, being like a whole lot of it, to pass into these guys, which should make the bigger and better construction parts faster, which means hopefully I can get a bit of a backlog in them. Meanwhile, you are pumping out vehicles. You are slowly getting there on vehicles as well. And our trade, I don't have quite enough. I had more. I didn't come over to build anything here. Oh. They came to build a lab. We have a lab. Alright, so let's finish labs. We've already done the chemical plant and etc. So I want to obviously upgrade the next lab. That's gonna be our next step. And then you're full of stuff that is useless to me. Does that empty it? No. Can I reverse? That still doesn't empty it. Oh. Okay, can I give you... I just need the lab equipment 1 to get out of there. That's all I need. Thanks, guys. Delete, 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 and delete. Cool. Alright, so I need you to upgrade, which is going to be 70 parts. We are getting them done slowly. I am chewing through my... Whoop, not lab equipment. Construction parts. Quantity. We built right the way up to 792. And where are we? We're in the 4th of April. We must still be full. I don't believe it. We do have wood. Oh yeah, the extra vehicles made all the difference. There you go. So you guys are running at full speed. Now, I can upgrade everything to the next tier of assembler. And if we right click on this, that would go from a construction speed of 3 per minute to 6 per minute. So twice as fast. But it is going to... So it needs 80 and 6 people. We already have one of these guys built over here. So you now need 150 and 8 people. So a few more workers, a whole lot more power, but also twice the speed. The catch is it also costs construction part 3, the one thing I don't have, to do that upgrade. But we would overall increase our production speed overall. Probably worth doing. But before I do that, I want to get through this backlog. So we have enough for half a second, and then either somebody delivers it or it slides to the next machine. Okay, we're going to cancel you, cancel. Get that one built, because there is 110 in there, and you guys are 40 each. So I could probably get 3 of these guys done back to back, and then go back to some of the lower level ones. Nope, we should round power. Yeah, we're only going to make 8 megawatts. This is why we plan ahead. So I have another boiler ready to go. It just needs to have coal plugged in. So can I press T to bring up the belt interface? And then we're going to plug that in there. I need to have water, which conveniently is right there. And then you need your own separate smokestack to let out the exhaust. And then you're going to basically need here to here. And we're just going to flip it and plug that in there. And then run this into here. Alright. And build? No, that's steam. My bad. And these guys. Okay, remove that. Plug that in there, plug that in there, and then take this into that input, that into there, and we're just going to have you also be a priority in. Cool. Build. You I can't afford. Now unpause you. We're going to build those. Now we're chewing through the construction part 3. Okay, can I pause that belt again so we keep the buffers not empty? And I'm going to need you built, but I also need you unpaused to fix that power problem. And put a rush job on it. So you get all the parts, like you are priority number 1 automatically. Because you're going to spin up, but you guys are outputting more steam than I can fit in the pipe. And I can process, which means eventually we're going to get a backlog. Like right now. Although the flywheels are squat up, so we will slowly alleviate the pressure whilst this gets built. So if you're stuck in this situation, what you can do is these have a power production level. And this is something I do recommend you do. So I can set these to number 7. So it means these guys use first, these guys use second. I copy that to all your friends, and then this becomes the primary power plant, and this becomes the secondary. Also, as you do 2 megawatts, and you do 2 megawatts, and you do 2 megawatts, that's 2, that's 4, I'm guaranteed to be over 4 megawatts at all times. Now, one of you is responsible for 2 of these guys. So what I can also do is turn off auto balance. So you just run flat out all the time, because there is an efficiency when it comes to these guys. Unfortunately, it's spun up currently. It should spin down. That'll probably do it. There you go. So, you consuming steam, but you are only 76% efficient. So, for the 24 steam you're not making 6 megawatts worth of mechanical power, you're making 76% of that, so about 5, because of efficiency losses to get a turbine up to speed. It is just, the game is based on, in a lot of ways around real life. So, if I never have you turn off, I don't have that efficiency loss of you turning it on and off. It also means that you're going to help maintain these flywheels at a higher speed for a longer amount of time before, well, your friend needs to kick back in to bring them back up to speed. Yeah, so it's again just maintaining those losses and just trying to save a little bit of material here and there. All right, you are now upgrade, and upgrade. Cool. All right, we need those upgraded. We also need... I need to burn diesel faster. I can't believe I'm not burning diesel fast enough. We need more big trucks. Need more big trucks. That's the answer. You make 12. So you actually make 6 at normal speed, and you burn 6 at normal speed. And you have 71, which is enough for 2 of those. Can I get 2 more of those? And speaking of those, where'd they go? Get back here. Yeah. Yeah. You. She says he's just a friend. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. He's just a friend. Yeah, just a friend. It's perfectly fine. Yeah, a significant difference. Also consumes, like I said, 3 times the amount of fuel, but does haul 3 times the amount of materials. So overall, I call it a pretty good trade. All right, and we're gonna obviously crank out 2 more of those, and that's going to have consumed all our glass. And I have exactly 0 construction parts in stock to do another trade. And that is because I'm trying to refill these warehouses. Concrete slabs? It's because we don't have enough trucks to do enough things. Alright, let's try and optimize some trucks. We're going to take a belt from here for our concrete slabs. I'm going to bring them to that tile. Let's go to here, and then let's bring this into this tile. So right click to go back a step, which means running very, very long belts across the map is actually incredibly easy. All right, can I put you there? Can I put one of these here? And you can see from the dirt piles that this is a fairly high traffic area. So I'll put in 2 bridges. We only need 1 of them, I think, but I'll put in 2. You have iron. Slag. Have we filled up? That explains the problem. Fill in more of the sea, guys. In fact, this is much closer. Can we fill in all of this? Like a nice little fishing area is nice and all. But you know what else would be better? If I had more flat area to build more factory in the future. Go that way with the factory. Yeah. All right. You're waiting to be upgraded. You have 60, so you're 2/3 done. Okay. And we should also talk about the edicts in the captain's office. So, industrial edicts. I have fuel saver turned on. Let's turn off fuel saver. I don't need fuel saver. I will have maintenance reducer. That's going to save me some materials. Rather than me burning them on maintenance to maintain all the vehicles, we can, well, save some of that. Population edicts. Can I get you guys to plenty of food? If I give you plenty of food, you'll give me more uni, which is probably important because I keep spending it. Water, 10 out of 10. No, what's wrong with my water? Is there not enough of it? There's not enough of it. Okay, and that is, again, because I have 1 pump and it's shared multiple ways. Cool. We can fix that. You're a 200 pipe. You're a 200 pipe. How much are the people actually using? 52. We're only pumping 48 into the pipe, so that's fine. And yes, we do the responsible thing with all the wastewater. Yep, we dump it right in the docks. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. All right. So, you need us to burn diesel faster. Well, we've turned off fuel saver, so that should let us burn that faster. We are now using sulfur. No. Still a tiny bit of coal left. And then we'll be on the sulfur recipe, which will be more efficient. Not that we really need the increased efficiency. What I do need is that bucket to be empty. It's now empty. That bucket to be empty. It's now empty. I do need more copper. Or... oh. Guys, I need you to keep digging through the hill. The hill needs to go away. Also, please make sure you are prioritizing copper ore. You are. Cool. And actually, I have a spare diggy boy. Here, have a spare diggy boy. Alright, and we are at 88 vehicles. Can I get 2 of those? And then... still don't have any of those construction parts. As fast as we get them, we spend them. But we do have another lab. So you need 4... So 4, 8, 12. So I don't actually want you to get upgraded. Because I only make 12 and you use 4, 8, 12. Alright, so that lab can go away. We will recover the parts and the guys can put that in storage somewhere. Which means no more spending construction parts on that, which does mean that in theory, we get power generation 3. Power generation 3. Let's come over here. We have low pressure steam right here. Now, we just unlocked the ability to turn low pressure steam into something very important. Something useful. Something that... red to red. And yeah, that way. Okay. I need to shimmy this pipe over a tile 2, it seems. Okay, can I build that pipe and then remove that pipe? So what we can do is we can put in a low pressure steam turbine. And oh, really? Really? You have the exact same problem. Short by tile, how embarrassing. Okay. Alright, this would take in 24 of our low pressure steam and then give me steam depleted. Now, if I come back to these guys, we can still turn the depleted steam, rather than the low pressure steam, back into water. So it doesn't change this part of the process, but it does mean I get an extra 3 megawatts worth of mechanical power, which means I could run an extra flywheel, an extra power generator. So what I'm going to do, just due to lack of space, well, actually, you know what? I'm just going to put them at this end. We're going to put you here and you here. Cool. So what I want to do is... oh, and then I need to put in these. We're going to put in you and you here, because it doesn't matter how you build these things together, but as long as they go together in the right order, well, as long as all the plumbing is correct, they're perfectly fine. So, speaking of plumbing, we're going to bring the plumbing out from there. I'm going to keep you at height 1 and plug you into there, and then into there. And then I'm going to bring my depleted steam, which is at ground level, and run it... yep, into here, through that hole, and we're going to plug that straight into there. It might be spaghetti, but it's my spaghetti, and more importantly, it will do exactly what I want. So, I want to build... you're going to be expensive, aren't you? 60, yep. Alright, we're going to... what's the best way to do this? Okay, first off, we're going to unpause you, so you can at least get parts delivered. We're going to quick deliver that. We're going to quick deliver that. We're going to quick deliver both those. And we're also going to get both those delivered. Okay. So, once you're built, you will then output depleted steam. Now, depleted steam needs to come into both these guys. They're already ticked. Except I can only have one gas in a pipe, or one gas or liquid in a pipe at a time. So it does mean I might have a conflict right here at the end, where I have depleted steam, which then means the low pressure steam needs to back up. But as soon as you're built, I think we can get around that by just, well, removing a pipe, or flipping a pipe to be more exact. Okay. 19 in stock, deliver. Okay, can I flip the direction of that? So that's bringing in low pressure. We can turn you on auto balance as... no, I actually have one of these guys running permanently. Yes, if I have one of these guys running permanently, I need one of these guys running permanently. The other one, I can also unpause. I can turn you on auto balance because you're on auto balance, so they'll both turn on at the same time. And in theory, all the steam from this guy is coming down this pipe. Okay. All this guy, 50% of the steam is going to the left and 50% is going to the right. But we have depleted steam here, and you have depleted steam in here. You have depleted steam in here, and it turns out, oh, you got brown arrows, you got blue arrows. So you can tell the difference between, well, red arrows for high, blue arrows for it's a little bit cooler, and depleted is brown because it's just dead. Nobody cares. And that means I'm going to bump your pipe as well. So we're gonna. One of them had an arrow. It'll be this one. You can't output all the time. Yeah. That's because you're 50%. So if I just pause you, then you need to run all your steam this way. And that gives you plenty of room to run your steam that way. That solves that problem. Alright, can I... You shouldn't be brown. You should be red. Or orangish. This color. Okay. Can I put those two flywheels here, just the same? And we can put you here and you here. It's going to take a second or two to get these in stock. But yeah, construction parts 3 are more expensive. More expensive, slower to build, and the answer to that is we just need to scale up production. We have... So I have plenty of steel. So it's not a steel issue, it's a earlier construction part issue. So I need to upgrade this machine, which means I need to upgrade that machine, which needs... No. You need 6 electronics. You make 12, so I don't have to worry about those yet. But I will in the future. Yeah. So after this is built, where are you? After you're built, then we can go through the process of upgrading the other ones. Meanwhile, I'm still definitely not getting any more of the higher tier vehicles. Can I add to our tracking list? Vehicle parts 3. Cool. Alright, so can I get... 92. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maxed it out. Maxed it out. Alright, we've done power generation 2. I haven't got to copper refinement because I don't have any sulfur. We keep not producing enough because I am not using enough diesel, which I'm really shocked about. And the answer is I don't have enough big enough trucks. That's what the cause is. But we're now not stable on trucks, so hopefully, can we get this done, guys? You're empty. You make 12. Plus 12, 24, 48. I could upgrade you to make you go faster, but then I'd have a problem of the belt doesn't go fast enough, and we don't have higher technology belts yet. But you are full. Trucks can't export from there. Hey, trucks can export from here now. And you don't need that marker anymore. So there we go. Just need to give them access. That's all it was. Okay. Nope, that was copper refinement. We now have naphtha processing. Cool. No, I need to have this done. Alright. Are you built yet? So close. Alright, we're going to high priority you. Okay, can I turn on this? We're just going to dump all the construction parts 2 into the system to get construction parts 3 in a hurry. Because I'm going to upgrade you, and I'm going to upgrade... Nope. I'm going to upgrade you. We're going to upgrade you, which then makes 1s faster than we can turn them into 2s. Then we'll upgrade the 2s, so then I'm making 2s faster, I can turn them into 3s. And then we'll upgrade the 3s. Then we'll continue this... Actually, we'll probably just build another 3. And then we'll continue the line along. So we'll upgrade them all systematically to make sure I can produce them faster and faster, because well, we want the latest and greatest construction parts, that's for sure. We're also up over or getting close to 10 megawatts worth of power. You're now done, so I can unpause you, and I can remove that. And now you're going to run your steam this way. You're also going to run your steam this way. You guys will then turn it into mechanical force. And I now have one of these off auto balance, creating 6 plus another 3. So a total of 9. And 9 is worth 2, 4, 6 megawatts. So if I'm over 6 megawatts worth of production, well, then I can leave one of these off auto balance. If I'm getting close to 12, I can leave 2 of them off auto balance. So it probably means we're chewing through coal a whole lot faster. But one problem at a time. Do I want to upgrade? Well, I do want to upgrade you guys. But actually, I think now we've got that tier 2 power, we might turn you off. And I'm just going to set you to power priority 1 for a minute, just to drain the power out of these. Like so. You're power 6. We'll change you to power 7, because I'm going to copy those settings back after the power's draining that, because it just means that these are going to charge up whilst these are draining, because there's no point to have them both charged. But we're at 100 vehicles. Okay. Alright, construction parts. You are done. Okay, can I get you upgraded next? And then can I build one of them? You can go into that top. Can I just uni build it? Okay, and alright, then I'm going to upgrade you, and I'm going to upgrade you, just one of you. Okay, whilst that happens in the background, can I come back to here? So you've been run out. I want to take this pipe into you facing the wrong way. Can I flip you? Yep. Okay, so we're going to run that into there, into from there into there, and then the depleted steam needs to come over here. We're going to reverse you. We're going to remove that. And we're just going to run you... Actually, no, we're going to run you this way. Cool. Down here, same as the other ones. And we'll just pop that into there. And do the same right here. Cool. Alright, how's the concreting going? Slowly. Why? Because we burnt through all of it. We got some of it done. Can't argue with that. You guys... The iron ore doesn't actually get everywhere. Can I put another one here? The problem is you use 24, that's 48. That's over 60. And our belts still only move 60. I need the next tier of belts, which is... Actually, it's here. But they also need construction parts 3, which we don't have. Yeah, we're at that point of the game where we're making that next big leap in technology. Speaking of big leaps in technology, can I upgrade you? Okay, now I need the bigger and better belts to run these things. Okay. So you're using 24, you're using 24, you're using 12. That means I'm using 60. There's no point in you running. You're using 12, you're using 24. We have enough electronics to support you, but I don't have enough assembler power. Okay, but it does mean I can upgrade. So I'm making 12, 24, plus 6. So that's 30. You're going to be using 6. If I upgrade you, you're going to use 12. And then if I upgrade you... Nope. You and you are doing 12. So that's 12. That's 24. That's 30. So we're using... Potentially... We have a 50-50 split. So we put 50% in storage. But we're potentially using as many as we're making. Providing I pause that belt so storage doesn't loop around. Alright. Steel... Hopefully gets more iron now and runs faster. You make 24 steel. We're using 6, 12, 18. Okay. We also have cracking. Okay. With cracking, can I come back to oil? All right. So we built this where we just took the light oil and just pushed it through the system without a care in the world. I'd like to replace that. Because normally by this stage of the game, you're using a whole lot more diesel. I am running things a little bit too efficient and not using enough diesel. But this whole thing is designed to put in the next stage of cracking. So us taking our light oil, rather than us burning it, turning it into steam over the back, what I like to do is I take my light oil and I turn it into naphtha. Naphtha and fuel gas. Now, naphtha and fuel gas, we can still bring over here and burn, which means I'm using less crude oil to turn to steam. Just by reburning the byproducts. So I'd like to get you built. I'd also like to get you built. And if I go back into blueprints, we go into oil. It was this module that I couldn't build. And I can now just paste that in place on each one of those without a problem. Because they slot in. It's all designed right from scratch to have all these items just drop into place. Now, you can't have mixed fluids, so I have to wait for the light oil that's in the system to burn out. So the naphtha's not going to be able to be output just yet. But eventually when all the light oil's gone, then you can have naphtha. Sorry, no, it's not highlighted. There you go, not highlighted. So you can burn the naphtha eventually. We're also still burning the heavy, and that's the problem. I'm just... It's too efficient at making steam. That's the way I would like to look at it. It doesn't waste enough power. I made a system that was too efficient. Alright. I don't technically need you built. I need cars upgraded. Can we do... Okay, you don't need your boost anymore, because we're maxed out on tier 1 vehicles. Can I pick you? You're roaming the street. We're going to say upgrade into that. Replace. We're going to go to you. We're going to say replace. We're going to go to you. We're going to say replace. We're going to go to you. Say replace. We're going to go to you and say replace. And then all I need to do is actually have the parts to build them. I have those parts, do I? Really? Well, there you go. I have parts to build at least one of them. And what's going to happen is, as soon as this is ready, the little blue truck, whichever the first one I was that clicked, is going to drive over here. And it is going to go in here and permanently stay in here. And the new one's going to come out. And the new one's going to be a small upgrade. Small upgrade to a bigger and better one. Can I... So what's left on our research? Salt production, hydrogen, glass making. Okay, I'm gonna need those belts. So can we cancel all that? Can I grab that? Then we'll grab that. Then we'll grab that. And then we'll grab the hydrogen cell again. Which needs a fuel station? I don't really need the fuel station, but sure. Hey, I missed the other truck. Okay. So he got an auto magic upgrade. Now, there is a research to get more vehicles over here. We could stop on that and get another 20 very easily. But I actually prefer to get the conveyor belts. Really, really, really prefer to get the conveyor belts. I'd also like to trade off whatever construction parts I can get. But the problem is I'm not getting many. Yeah. Oh. You guys gonna have 2 dedicated belts rather than sharing a belt. That seems helpful. Wonder how long that's been slowing us down for. Probably forever. Okay. So with that done, you guys should run faster. You're out of iron ore. And we have 3 diggy boys here. I have 1 here. The coal diggy boys. There's 5 of them. Can we pull one off there and assign him here? And copper, we have 3 and 3. Can I give you an extra truck? Because we're at stable. Everything's running fine. And can I tell you to make all that flat too? I'm going to go flat first. We can dig into the ground later. And you guys are doing a wonderful job of making a mess. And we bring up our layers overlay. We can see there's some coal here and some coal here buried a little bit deeper. Okay, can I cancel that with a right click? We're going to send you guys... That's 1 layer deeper. That's 2 layers deeper. Can I get you to dig in 2 layers deeper right there? Hopefully only one of you does it. The other one's staying there, but, you know, we'll see what happens. Alright. 41. Can I go to... No, F3 for trades. I do that one once and twice. And that should give me more glass, which means I can make more of those construction parts, which means I get more bigger and better trucks. Yep. I'd really like to get a bigger and better excavator. They're 80. They're a little bit more pricey. Just a wee bit. Okay. And we're a... Sort of also wish research went faster. Forgot how slow research could be. Okay, you I can upgrade. So you guys need 1/2 cement. This is built to ratio that you make 3. One of these is enough to run 2 of these. So this one runs these 2. This one runs these 2. This one, which I just unpaused, is going to have to run this one by itself. Because you're about to go twice as fast after we find the construction parts. Which means I need to make the construction parts. Which I'm spending right now, when realistically, when that research happens for faster belts, I want to spend again. So you now make 24, plus 12 is 36, plus 12 is 48, plus 12 is 60. Our belt only moves 60. So there's no point building more of these. Also, that's double the power usage. Hasn't doubled the manpower, just the power usage. Probably also means I'm probably on the borderline for getting enough crushed slag in here now with the current belt speeds. So that's the most I can do there. So we need to upgrade some belts. Good question, Jetty. Where to start? There's gonna be a lot of throughput limits. We're driving all the way around to deliver wood. Can I put a bridge there? Okay. Alright, once the belt's upgrade's done, I think this is where we start. Hi, big truck. Upgrade. Nice and cheap. Upgrade. Nice and cheap. Upgrade. Less cheap. Unpause you. You are now running this one. So you're doing 24.48. If I upgrade you, I need to upgrade you, which means you're now running that one, and it means you're running this one, which we might as well. Okay. Also means that resources in. You need 18 of slag crushed. That's manufactured sand. That's sand crushed. Slag crushed. Okay, which is 18, which is 36, which is... Well, 36 is just the last 2, which is fine. Which means that belt needs to be upgraded. Plus, that belt needs to be upgraded. Plus... So you do 24.48. So 24 onto this belt. 24 onto that belt. That's 48 total. That's fine. That should be all we need. You just need that last upgrade. Okay. So now the belts have this little blue tinge on them, which means they're Mark II, which means this should fill up faster than I can empty it. Which explains why a truck just picked it up and drove off with it. Cool. Alright, so that's that problem sorted. Next logical upgrade would be this belt, which is 33 parts, which is going to take a minute. But if I can get each of these lines upgraded to go faster, then in theory, we can get the whole production line to run faster. We're also 16 workers. I thought so. Can I throw in another one of those? Just have more room for more people. Okay, 33 pieces. 13 pieces. Deliver. Okay, then it means that needs to be upgraded. Plus, that needs to be upgraded. Plus, that needs to be upgraded. You're doing 24, 48, so it means I for upgrade, those 3 belts also need an upgrade. Yep. And then I need to backtrack even more. So you produce 48 iron, and we're going to use 36 plus 9 is 45 iron. Actually, it'd be 36 plus another 18, which is a lot more than 48. But the other belt's using hardly anything. Okay. Well, in that case, let's... Oh, no, I also need to do my output. So 24, 48, which means that belt and that belt both need to be upgraded. Let's get those done. And it means, in theory, I can probably unpause that. You need 12, 24, 48. So you just have an increased speed on the construction parts belt, which means those ones that need to be upgraded. Cool, we now know how to make salt, and also the conveyor belts, which we mentioned earlier, which means, in theory, there's no steel. Confirm, there's no steel. Because I can't get iron ore in fast enough. I can't get iron ore in fast enough because you're weirdly sitting around with wood and stock. Because we can't dig fast enough. Alright, if we can't dig fast enough, can I select one of these guys and click that button? Okay, and that means we're going to go in here and we're going to trade, and then very shortly we're going to trade again, and we're going to need more glass. Come on, 19. Don't be stuck on 19. No, that is good. Oh no, that's not correct. That tiny bit of belt there. Yeah, that's important. Very important. All right, back to this problem. Can I do another trade? Hey, another yellow truck. Cool. Cancel. Let's go straight for a big guy. And if we're going to do a big guy, can I upgrade you to a big guy? And in fact, can I just bring 2 of them over here? We'll drop 2 off there. We'll also bring 1 here, drop 1 off there, bring 1 here. Actually, limestone's super not critical, but coal is critical. Can we put 2 here, and then we're going to drop 3 from there. This guy is this one because it's blocked. Okay, remove that. So that way anybody can access it again. Otherwise, it's only that tower that's allowed to access it. But I don't need you doing limestone anymore. Yep, no more limestone. I do wonder, does limestone end up in here? I'm gonna go with no. That's unfortunate. Okay. Alright, salt production. Can we jump to salt production? Can I go... Evaporation pond. So an evaporation pond lets us pump up seawater and turn it into salt. Salt's going to be important in making glass. So let's get a seawater pump and we're going to put you... we're going to have a quick look-see around. Sands here. Okay, we're going to put a pump here and then right on the back of it. No messing around. I'm just going to put that right there, and then we're going to put a storage on the back of it, and we're going to get all those built. Great. And back at the glass trading, can I do 2 more of those? I know the price went up by a little bit, but I don't mind. No recipe selected. Oh, my bad. Can you... No. Seawater to salt. You pump 108, you're only going to process 22. You can give me a little bit of salt, and that's all I need. I just need a little bit of salt to start stacking up. Just for a little bit. Just for a little bit. So we get into glass processing. We're getting close to 10 megawatts worth of power. As we keep building, as more things, more belts, more everything. It all needs more power. Okay. We have glass. So can I boost you? And this storage is full, so that's going to keep that being fed at full speed. So it's just a matter of making the parts. Faster the better. Okay. And research is almost here. And then I'm going to get into that. Okay. It's close. Why are you driving around? Oh, because you're son of a treehouse stuff. That's why you're driving around with wooden stock. Great. Coal, it says it's going down rapidly. That's not a good sign. It's because we're digging up a whole bunch of area that's not coal. Okay, can I get... you mark the level. And can we dig that out? Okay, turn off mining designations. So you can see we've got 2 bars here, which means the coal is 2 levels lower than what we're looking at. So we need to dig 2 levels lower over to here. In basically a 3x3 all the way around that. So probably those tiles. Yeah. There's no coal there. Don't bother digging it. Or there. Or there. There is coal over here. And there's obviously coal here. Also means that I want to cancel that. No. I want to dig that all the way across. And then I want to dig there to there. You will dig that across as well, because that's definitely got coal in it. But we might need to make another ramp in here so I can cut back into this side. Our next coal patch is all the way over here, which is going to be a whole separate problem. Alright, where are we up to with you? So you've made the big diggy boy. You have made the big diggy boy. Excellent. Alright. Can I also convert you into a big diggy boy? And you into a big trucky boy? And can I go back in here and go click? Because as long as I can keep this thing fed, we can keep making them. And we can get iron running faster. If I can get iron running faster, I can get steel running faster. If we get steel running faster, I get construction parts 3 running faster. If we get construction parts 3 running faster, we get glass faster. Through trades. Not necessarily through making it. But one problem at a time. And as soon as you get concrete slabs, somebody actually goes and puts them down, which is what I asked them to do a long time ago. All right. We need to Now I've changed over this system. I need to basically pause that belt. So this goes to the right. Pause that belt so this goes straight ahead. And pause that belt so you go straight ahead and you go straight ahead. Yeah, otherwise everybody's trying to feed this guy, so he gets far too much, and then you never run because, well, you're already being backed up by your 3 friends. All right, so it should make bricks go even faster. Iron does not look good. I think we're just ripping through it. Glass. So to make glass, I'm going to need a smelter. Okay, you're right there. Can I do you here? Okay, on the front of you is going to be a glass maker. Nothing too complicated. Molten glass comes out, goes straight into there. Now, you do output slag. That's really annoying. We're going to have to deal with the slag. We're going to find existing slag bucket. You copy with the C button, and then pop you there. We're going to bring you into there and you into there. Cool. You are going to do glass mix. So that's glass mix and coal. And you're going to need a chimney. We're going to throw a chimney in here. All right. And then storage. We're going to need 2 storages. 1 and 2. That goes in there. That goes in there. You're going to be coal, which means I just find existing coal 1. I press V to copy its settings. And I paste them there. Actually, I paste them there. Cool. So you're going to do coal. The other thing I'm going to need is a mixer. Mixer, I'm going to plug directly into this guy. And I'm going to change you out to be glass mix. Okay. Glass mix is sand, limestone, salt, and technically acid is the more efficient recipe. But I haven't plugged in and set up acid yet. So we're just going to go with the basic recipe. Which means I need to have salt, got that. I have limestone and I have sand. So can I get a storage? And then of course a belt in here and a belt in here. Now, we're gonna set up to be sand. Sand, please. Yep. Lots of sand, and you can be limestone, lots of limestone. And then we're gonna let the trucks get all that built. Cool. Whilst they're doing that, we should really check on our fertilizer and also our Seawater. Can we? We're low on diesel. Why are we low on diesel? Because you can't output light oil. Because you are full of... You have light oil. You can't get rid of your steam. That's an odd problem to have. Okay, delete. You're burning. You're burning. Okay. Deliver cargo. Trucks should be able to pick up diesel from there. I have no idea where you're going to get diesel this time. Yeah. Okay. It stopped working because they were not picking up diesel. So all our diesel's been going into these guys? Who are out of sulfur. Well, that's bad. Can I... You know what? We're just going to put one here. I'm going to set you to be coal. And we're going to quick deliver you. And we never remove that pipe. So... Right? Right. We did stop that pipe running. Which we never removed. But we're going to let you do either or. And that means, in theory, trucks can come here and get diesel. Yeah, the system's not... It's full. It's full. That's the problem. It's alright. We can just delete steam. And that should let us burn off the excess and get you guys running to get you topped up. Cool. Because we've got glass up and running. We've got salt up and running. And salt should probably have a box to go in. But we do need to have sand. Okay, to get sand, we're going to pick you. We're going to have you change into a large excavator. And I'm going to have you upgrade. And then once you're upgraded, you're just going to pop into, well, this building and sit here with nothing else to do. And we still have glass. We still have some glass. Can I do... I just need enough glass to get one more. Buildings for vehicles. Can I get a mind control tower? It's very important you control the mind of the trucks. And we're going to pop you there. I'm going to edit area. I want you to dig between here and here. And we're going to quick deliver you as well. And we're going to make sure it's set to flat. And I just want you to remove all that sand. All that sand. Yeah, it's going to be lower than this level, but that's okay. We'll eventually get the whole island to be level. Because that's what most players do. They go for the whole island should be level because I said the whole island should be level because, well, everybody likes a challenge. You're waiting a couple bits of steel. I'm just going to quick deliver it so it's done. And our steel production is limited by coal, which is limited by... We ain't digging a lot of it. We're digging a lot of dirt. You're set to coal. You're set to coal. You're not set to priority coal. You're not set to priority coal either. Okay, so we should... Then I guess upgrade you and upgrade you next, because more big diggy boys over here sounds like a good idea. And I turn that on. So if we get down to here level, we sort of want to dig out that area to grab the last of that coal. Yeah. All right. One big diggy boy. Excellent. Can I prioritize you to be sand? No, not waste. S for sand, please. Cool. One big diggy boy, one big trucky boy. That's all we're going to need because we only need to make a little bit of this stuff to have it run through the system. But we do need more power, it turns out. Can I get you unpaused because we ran out of coal? Can I get... We have enough construction parts. Can I get you built, all those pipes built, you two built, and you're going to do both types of steam. So that should be it. We just need to make sure that you're set to import priority 6. We're going to tell you to import as well at priority 5. We need maximum import into this area. We need to make sure that the lights stay on, literally. But technically, I have a lot of steam at my oil production zone. I don't have a use for. So, if we have steam, I don't really have a use for, and it sort of looks like, actually, well, we'll copy this, and then we'll try and fix up the order so it all looks better. Can I put you here? Alright, so I want these guys. Oh, the ground's not perfectly level. Steam comes through to... That's still steam. And water goes in there. Okay. Can I... Press all the wrong buttons. Alright, power. High pressure turbo. Can I get flip? High pressure, high pressure. Cool. This is the steam pipe. This is the steam pipe. Can I get you built? And can I get you built? Alright. So, fluids only travel till they get to an endpoint. So this has... Oh, bugger. I didn't get you a sorting plant. Can I get you a sorting plant real quick? So massive. Yeah, okay. I don't want iron ore. We're going to do... Not iron ore. We're going to do sand. I could try and double it up with another one, but it's just not worth it. The chance that something could go wrong is just too high. But I can turn on that. Can I give you another truck? And can I find another... You're not assigned to a mine. We don't want you to do that. We want you to do that instead. And I'm short on steel. Because I'm short on coal. Yeah, one problem at a time. Alright, so pipes and belts won't flow unless they have somewhere to flow to. So as this pipe here just stops, terminates, doesn't actually go anywhere, it won't have any steam in it. But if I branch it off to here and then into there, it now has somewhere to go to. So it's going to fill up with steam. So that's high pressure steam from that oil. And then if I come back over here and I grab these two and we pop them here, then I can take my low pressure steam into you and into you and into you. Then I can take my turbines. We have 4 plus 2 for the low pressure turbines. That's wrong. I need you flipped. Flipped. Yep. Got to make sure, you know, green at one end and red at the other. Can I put you there? And then I'm going to put a flywheel here, flywheel here. And then I'm going to need the water recovery, the cooling towers. We're going to put, steam's going to come in from this side. So we're going to go 1, 2. And then grab this pipe, bring it outer tile through into, sure, that works. And then into there. And then into there. And then run that way, that way. And pipe balancer. Okay, we're going to want to bring this in here. This is going to be the priority in. And we're going to quite simply disconnect that. And run you in and straight back out. Done. Alright, I need that built for sure, so the water actually flows. And then all of that. Okay, we ran out of parts. 60. Okay, I need one of you built. I'm going to pause you. And I need one of you built. Sorry, that pause. Yep. You're a construction parts too. You're way easier. Alright, we now have hydrogen production. Which means we're one step away from having hydrogen cells, which means we get hydrogen vehicles. Yeah, I know you can't output. I can see that. Trust me, I can see that. And our issue is no steel. And our no steel is caused by no coal. And our no coal is caused by digging everything but coal. We have more diggy boys. There is substantial digging going on. This is perfectly fine. Question nothing. He doesn't know it's there. He's safe. Alright. Actually, it's a new feature the devs added, and I think... remove debris. That's the one. And if I click on that... No? Maybe it needs a little bit more disturbing. Then it'll fall down. Alright, you have glass. If you have glass, that means you have glass. That means we're short on steel. Okay, so I need coal. I really don't want to send vehicles to the other end of the map. Okay, we... down under 10 megawatts, so I don't need this running. If I don't need you running, that's going to lower my coal usage. If I can get you built and you built, technically not ideal. Even more technically. If I do that, it does mean that we're just wasting a lot of water. and steam. But this means this is running faster, which is good, because I need to do something with fertilizer. You are full. Alright, I need to do something with fertilizer and ammonia. Technically not full. Alright, fertilizer. Fertilizer goes to farms. We have some farms over here. Can I get a tank? Just a little tank. I'm going to set you to be fertilizer number 1. I'm going to get you built. We're going to set you to keep full. And what we're going to do is we're going to run our fertilizer into the fertilizer input of each of the farms. So that goes there, that goes there, that goes there. And then around, all the way around the farms. This is all construction parts 1, so it's cheap. There. And then into there. That could be awkward. Can I come out of there, up to max height, over the top of all that mess, back down to the ground level. Well, maybe not that little bit on the end. Okay. Into there. Thank you. And then, nope, that's the last one. Alright. So, can I get all of that built with the power of uni? Because it's very important we have belief. That's now full, which means I'm going to slide my fertilizer. And if we click on this button, we can see what the different fertilizers do. I'm not going to go into that right now. If you're interested in that sort of stuff, if you're interested in more tutorial videos on capital industry, I have a whole YouTube channel, Jetty Plays, obviously. A whole lot of tutorial videos there, breaking down things like fertilizer, how farms work, some of the more complex things. But fertilizer 1, we go to max of 120%, so I'm going to set it to 110 for reasons explained in those videos. So we're going to go 110, 110, 110. All right. So that's that problem sorted. You are still being a problem because I don't have any coal. Coal, we don't need this running anymore. So that should lower our coal usage. It needs this to buffer up because that's the way the system's set up. It's set up to make sure that this is fully buffered before we start taking coal elsewhere. You're full of glass, so you're happy. You need steel and vehicle parts, which needs steel, which needs coal. So we're down to a coal problem. And unfortunately, I cannot run the smelters on gas. We can run power on gas, and we are running on gas. Obviously, I'd be happier if this was built, but it is what it is. We could... Does anyone give me a loan? They do. This is another new feature that was added. If I wish to borrow 120 of those, we pay 19 each year for the duration of 30 years. We can take a very long-term loan. Like, the interest rate's going to be a killer over time. But I like that idea. Lifetime interest, 179 for the 110 we're borrowing. That's all right. Okay, so that should give us 100 and something construction parts right here. 110. Which means I can click that button and you're instantly done. I can click that button and... Okay, helps if you're plugged in. Now I'm not worried about the losses. Also means I don't need that. And they're all gone. Well, we got some things done. Okay. That didn't fix my coal problem at all. Okay, what can we do about coal? Upgrade these guys. That's pretty much what we're doing. You have one diggy boy. You have two. Just two? Oh, and two big ones. What happens if I... Oh, we're going to pull the 2 big ones off there. We're going to come to here. We're going to put them on there. I'm going to pull 2 off there. I have no idea if they're the 2 that are set to upgrade. One of them. So... Can I cancel those upgrades? And then we'll go to you, and we'll tell you to upgrade instead, and you to upgrade instead. The construction parts don't go away. They just get reallocated from one vehicle to another. Yeah, but with some more big diggy boys that I do need to set to do coal, hopefully that means we can get coal running a bit better. Like, it's got to be almost... Where's that power plant? I was going to say almost fully buffered, and then I came here and looked, and there's just nothing. Although, technically that is fully buffered. That's not buffered. You're not jammed? No. We're just unlucky. And this is why you need to have buffers. You need to plan ahead. Like, realistically, I should be looking to get this coal tapped, because this is all super rich, whereas this has got down to the lower end due to the fact that, well, it's mostly rock at this stage. But I can... I need to have at least 2 tiles for vehicles to drive through. So I can have them come this way. Alright, research is done. We now have hydrogen cells, which technically means hydrogen. So you need vehicle parts 2 plus electronics plus some hydrogen in stock. Okay, I don't actually have hydrogen. Can we get some hydrogen? I don't want you venting. I don't want you on auto balance. I do want you on auto balance. I don't want you on auto balance. Okay. Helps if you set all the settings correct. 60. Yeah, without more steel coming in. Gotta be careful with power. Very careful. I'm slightly limited currently. Alright. Hydrogen. Let's go... Hi, clouds. Hydro... So, there are plenty of ways to make hydrogen, but my only option so far is the hydrogen reformer. That's the only one I've unlocked. I could use an electrolyzer, and then, more importantly, I could use an electrolyzer using ammonia, and I have too much ammonia currently, or very close to. If I click on that, I need this recipe, or this research. So we're going to grab the... Oh. This says 12. 12 is the difficulty. It says 1 in this corner. So it's a difficulty of 12, but it's our number 1 research. So if I get that, it means the ammonia that I don't really have a use for currently, I could keep turning it fertilizer, but by the same token, I could just crack that straight into hydrogen. Hydrogen and nitrogen. Well, I could separate it. Separate it's probably more accurate. I could separate it. And then I could put it in a hydrogen tank, and then we could use that as fuel, because I really want to have some hydrogen vehicles. It does mean we need to have hydrogen fuel stations around. But we could probably work that out if I can fix this coal problem with the steel problem. Okay, you guys being upgraded. You guys carry so much more materials. Okay, that doesn't need to be dug out. Can I bring up this? So there's just a little bit of coal right there. That doesn't need to be dug out. That doesn't need to be dug out. If we dig those tiles out, then I could probably rip out part of this hill. Well, I could slowly rip out this hill. Probably more accurate. Alright, they are getting the coal, slowly. And you are still waiting on vehicle parts. The vehicle parts are waiting on steel, which is waiting on coal. Yeah, there is some coal coming in. But it gets used in iron first before it gets used in steel. We do have our lovely paving down. Okay, can we go into here? Can I get more surfacing? Concrete. So you could use this to do extensive roadways. The other option, if you want to do roadways, is where's the strip we built? Great. We can do a whole bunch of decals. So can I get some lines? Rotate. Bring back my lines. Half rotate. Cool. Put a strip down here. And can I do that tile, that tile, that tile, that tile, that tile? Yeah, we picked it out. Okay, turn that off. I have to release the pressure. My only solution is if I do that and then pause this pipe and pause this, it means you and you and you can run together and you're just going to vent. And I don't have a better answer for right now. Yeah. And power's just going to be horrible whilst I wait for more coal. Yeah. Okay. Back to painting. Okay. So if we go back into our decals, paint. Can I really want a 45 degree, but I guess there isn't one. It's all right. It's the first implementation. All right, and it's also my first attempt at painting. Actually, remove that. Remove that. Can we go back in there? Can I go paint? Corner? There. Oh, and yellow. Yellow down the middle. And can we get this one? And of course, I've got an odd amount. Yep, of course I do. But that gives us like a dotted line. Oh, I based off this, which is odd to start with. Oh. Okay. Oh, this is even worse. Can I do... There we go. There to there to there. It's not too bad. It's not a perfect roadway, but it's a start. It's a start. I do love the fact that we can now paint in roads. And on top of that, the roads are actually useful. They don't give you any increase in vehicle speed, but they do cut down on the maintenance cost of every single vehicle that's using them. So technically, if you want to pave the whole world, you can, and there's a bonus to it. So maybe? Like, I did go through a decent amount of concrete slabs quickly, so that's something to keep in mind. But then concrete slabs are pretty cheap, so maybe we just do it anyway. It does make the trucks very, very unhappy and very busy for a little while, but you know, it's not like they were doing something better, like trying to fix that coal problem. Okay, we're just not getting coal in fast enough at all. Oh no, that's not true. We did get another one of you guys upgraded. Okay, can I... You're empty. Can I set you one lot of empty? And that way we should push... Oh, you're full. Okay. Hydrogen cells, electrolysis is almost finished. Can we get this built? And I really want to get... I want to get at least one hydrogen vehicle. Can we cancel that? And we're going to come to here. And we're going to throw 2 more vehicles on here. and find one of these guys and upgrade you, because I could probably afford that. And what we're going to do is we're also going to pause this. So that way steel doesn't end up here and it ends up over here to make my vehicle parts. Because if I can get this guy built and then one more, a hydrogen one, because we have everything except the hydrogen. And from memory, electronics machines are cheap. We're going to find out right about now. So, electrolysis is not cheap. It is construction parts 4. Okay. Or construction parts 3. We're going to put you here. And then you're going to be doing this recipe, which is ammonia into nitrogen and hydrogen. And you're going to get a smokestack. Can I actually pick you back up and flip you? And put you back down. So then we can put the nitrogen there. And the hydrogen straight into, run the pipe right up against the diesel tank so it doesn't block anybody else. We'll get you built. You're already built. I just need, well, you're built as well. So we just need this, which is 40 construction parts. Okay, where do we find 40 construction parts? Okay, we're going to do something a little bit silly. We're going to U-cost and U-cost. So we're going to rip up this. That gives me a bunch of construction parts. Oh, we've been paying them on the loan we took. But that means I can get that built. Also means that I can get this power plant built. That was just never built. I guess it can be built now. And we can remove that, and that, and that, and that. And I can unpause that, and we can put you on auto balance. One of you guys on auto balance. These guys don't have any balancing, they just run whenever they need to. You're the priority in for our water, and that now means I'm using oil to create power to run the factory. Also means that we have some hydrogen, not a lot of hydrogen, we have some. And you. So I want to, let's find, let's go to you. I want to find one of these blue guys. You. I'm going to change you to be a hydrogen excavator. The upgrade button. And I don't have a lot of parts in stock. But I do have some steel. So, boost. You've got your 40 steel that you need. And the electronics are going to get delivered. The hydrogen will have to get delivered. We need 32. I thought that said... Oh, it says 32. Okay. What was I reading? I don't know. So 32. Alright, and hydrogen is 24 currently. Okay, can we change your priority to be that one instead? And you are about to run and give me more nitrogen. More ammonia, which is going to come along here, run over to here, go through this. We're going to vent off the nitrogen. It'll give us a bit more hydrogen. Oh, we're one short. Oh, there it is in the pipe now. Okay, so that'll give us more hydrogen, which should go to there. And then if I allow the trucks to pick that up, they should be able to bring that to there. And that's the only thing we're missing. Can I deliver that with uni? Not if I have 24 of it, I can't. I need to have the whole 32. 28. There's 8 in the pipe. There we go. That was another update of, well, part of the update too. Now all the trucks get coloured with whatever fluid they're taking. I really wish you'd just like attempt to use the road. There you go. Attempt to use the road a little bit. It's appreciated. Right, so this is 20 hydrogen. The other hydrogen should probably already be on its way, or it must be on its way. Because this is all we need. Once we get this, we can have a hydrogen vehicle. It'll be our very first. It also means that fuel depots? I don't think I can build urea. You need the next tier of parts. Can I get fuel? Oh. Good done. Where's our vehicle? There he is. In he goes. And he's going to get turned into our very first hydrogen-powered, hydrogen-fueled, clean-burning excavator who has a full tank. And that there is, I think, as good a spot as any to leave this particular video. Thank you guys for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. Do hope this answered some of your questions about Captain Ministry. If you're curious, if you have more questions, you need more answers coming across to YouTube. Like I said, the URL is probably going to be on your screen right about now. Jetty Plays. Just go to YouTube. Type in Jetty Plays, Captain Ministry. Guarantee you're going to find the channel. But either way, I am going to leave this F to follow. No, T to follow. I'm going to leave this video here. As always, thank you for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. And I hope to see you, well, on the next island that's flat. All right, that's it. We're out. Bye.